Hey guys,
what's up?
when was okay, yeah, it's me and Bill and Alex with another episode, a new installment today of Nothing's for No One, where we are talking about some of our metalcore favorites. So I don't know if everybody that likes death metal is gonna like this. I don't know if everybody that likes new metal is gonna like this. So
new metal is more likely, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because metalcore, we came and took your ass over, man.
Yeah.
It's true. That was like the next genre that I got into.
Dude, it's so funny when you look at the lineage of Ozfest lineups from like the early 2000s. Because then it goes from like all new metal to all of a sudden Meshuggah's on a tour. Then all of a sudden Killswitch is on.
Right. It was like 2003 was the first year they had like metalcore bands because like Shadows Fall, I think. And then there was like 2 other bands, I think. And then 2004, it was like the floodgates were wide
04,
open.
2006, like what was that other Sounds of the Underground? Did you ever go to any of those?
I never went to one. I wish
knew some people that did.
Dude, there was one, the one I remember the most, I didn't go to, but I had friends that went. It was like In Flames, Killswitch Engage, Trivium.
Like 2007, I think.
Yeah, it might have been. Or 6. Cannibal Corpse. Like Horse the Band. I'm high and I'm probably fucking this up. Horse the Band was on a different one.
Horse the Band did it in 07.
Yeah. They were not on the same year. Okay. But it was like all these like, and like Behemoth and shit. It was like a sick.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did Mastodon do a Sounds of the Underground?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, they're such that type of band though. Like
especially
Leviathan
at that time,
era.
when no one knew like, when they weren't like a juggernaut yet, so no one knew where they fit in.
Yeah.
They just
but they were still getting like all these awesome like mid-tier slots and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's when they were like opening for Slayer and Children of Bodom and or like, yeah. Do you remember that Slayer tour? It was like Slayer.
I remember when Between the Buried and Me opened for Children of Bodom.
I remember that. And Black Dahlia.
Weird as fuck.
Did you go to that?
Yeah.
I did not. That was at House of Blues. It was on Blood Drunk.
Yeah, it was like 2007 or 8.
Yeah, and like BT Band might have been still touring on Colors, I think.
Yeah, it was a Colors.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy though. Think about like the flip flop. There's a lot. That's like really sick to think about the flip flop.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, what was that? It wasn't the All Stars tour, but it was the other one that like Periphery was like their first big tour. What was that
my
one
God.
called?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I was just Thrash and Burn. Just talking about it the other day.
Those like all those lineups, it's like
Metalcore.
But the bands at the bottoms always became like the bands biggest at the top. Bands. Dude, like Whitechapel opened one or something, and like
Whitechapel opened a Summer Slaughter.
Yeah, but I think they opened one of those too, or Carnifex maybe. It was some band that was like they were nobodies at the time, but they just became and like Winds of Plague would headline, and it's like that band became way bigger than Winds of Plague ever did.
Yep.
Motionless in White headlined one of them, and I think they're still a pretty big band. So
yeah, they were in one. Periphery, they opened, and now they're bigger than probably a lot of those bands.
Most of them,
the biggest.
Yeah. Danny did a Thrash and Burn with Through the Eyes.
Yeah.
They did like they were on one leg of I think the second one, the one with the third one, because it was the one with Periphery.
Okay, and Oceano.
So we got some albums to talk about.
So we got some. I'm so stoked for this section. So
this is fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool because it breaks down the walls in certain ways.
This is another genre that I'm most familiar with for sure.
And metalcore, there's just so much that could encapsulate it. So we're not gonna be like, I don't know, and we're not. I might not even know what I'm talking about half the time or most of the time. But.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. Like dudes your age and shit think that like metalcore is like they call metalcore like Converge and 18 Visions and shit. Which is textbook metalcore. It is, but I didn't know that until maybe like 6 years ago that was like considered metalcore, and I was like, because metalcore to me is like Killswitch and Shadows Fall,
right? Yes. That's kind of what it evolved into.
Yeah, it's like
it's the clean,
brother of it. It's the clean choruses, harsh verses, shit.
Yeah,
and then like breakdowns that aren't like super heavy, but they're like in the middle of the song,
rhythmic.
It's like,
for sure.
Sometimes really heavy breakdowns, but a lot of times it was very just like, this is the part of the song that gets
I
heavier.
do, I definitely see the difference between the two, but I do encapsulate it all. Like,
I think it's smart.
Have to, I was just saying that. You're right, though. That's where I'm coming from. Like with probably any of my picks in the future, it's going to be like of that breed.
Oh, I noticed that. Yeah.
Well, that's why I picked you. That's why I wanted you to do this one with us, because I know you have that. You and I have a similar scope, as in like. I think we were introduced to those. Like
we listen to the same bands at the same time and shit.
Exactly, very similar lineage and because when I remember the first time I got like made fun of by somebody when I was like, they were like, "What's metalcore?" And I'm like, "Oh, Kill Switch Engage, As I Lay Dying, All That Remains, all that before whatever they're doing now."
Country,
the country twist.
Or they did Old Town Road with Lil Nas X.
Yeah. That would be sick. Hearing Phil Labonte singing that chorus. I'm on that old town road.
Yeah, that roughness in his voice.
Yeah. Auto-tuned the shit already.
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
I'm sorry.
Take that, Phil.
Yeah. I don't mean to dog them. I like that band. Well, I did at least a bunch of their older stuff. But anyway, yeah, we like, and then somebody was just like, "Oh, that's not metalcore, Convergence," and I'm like, "Okay, yes, you're right," but I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's very much like your pick for this.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very much in that realm of like, I would never have considered that metalcore until like
isn't
a
that
couple
funny?
Years ago.
Yeah, how that works.
Which it is,
like,
but it's totally metalcore.
Because like when I was growing up, that was like that was metalcore.
Yeah,
like those
and
type of bands,
that honestly makes more sense when to call it that, because it is like a more pure blend of metal and hardcore than fucking Shadows Fall is.
Yeah, where like that second generation, it was like more of like was like heavier alt rock almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's what it was.
But it was all guys that like listened to metalcore.
Right. It's a lot of the guys that listen to like the old bands that I'm talking about. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, all the bands that I considered metalcore were just the next generation from a band like Blood Has Been Shed.
Yeah,
like
it was
Power
all the
joining Kill Switch.
Yeah.
So,
which is why I always like. It's funny. I always like mess with you about where I'm like, yeah, man, Blood Has Been Shed did this before. Like they did this before.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have like these bands. Like Acacia Strain being one of them. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can hear the influence.
Oh,
like
totally. And they talk about it. Like,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of dudes like definitely. Like Blood Has Been Shed is like some sort of inspiration for the heavier stuff that they did and the rhythmically heavy stuff like that. Yeah, which is kind of funny because like I don't know. Did you ever hear the album before?
No,
this one. It's pretty.
This was my first time listening to this album too.
Yeah, Novella. I love that album. It's great. Sick. It's night and day different though.
Really,
it's more straightforward as far as being like a metalcore.
Interesting.
Album.
Yeah, it's not as weird.
Yeah, mainly because Justin Foley is not drumming on it.
Oh,
yeah, it's a different drummer.
Interesting.
Yeah. We'll end up doing it. It'll probably be the next one.
Oh yeah,
I do love that album.
Yeah,
it sounds terrible in the grand scheme of things, but I still love that album.
Yeah, Zeus did Spirals.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so we got 3 records today, which are all kind of over the spectrum, which is cool.
A good,
good eclectic mix.
We did this with the death metal one, where it was like the different generations. Like,
yep. So. I have the new Slow Decay by Acacia Strain. Bill's got Spirals by Blood Has Been Shed. Alex, you got Nocturne by The Human Abstract. But today we're starting with mine, right? We're going to do that?
Yeah.
And in that order, you just...
I Lost the Dying.
Which I would give the crown to those guys as far as being metalcore. Like the
Acacia
kings
Strain?
of metalcore, it's like Acacia Strain.
Yeah.
Because they've done it for so long.
Yeah.
And they've managed to stay on top of it, which
Absolutely,
is amazing.
Dude. Yeah. Exactly. It's crazy.
A lot of these bands have not.
Yeah.
And if they're still around, it's like they're a shell of their former selves.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a bummer. But we always talk about this, how Acacia Strain
dude, I've been waiting. Yeah.
Into this like juggernaut of a fucking band.
That is one thing I did want to say to them when I was listening to Slow Decay yesterday. I wanted to say about like how they seem like dudes that like still have like their finger on the pulse of like metal.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like I think a lot of these dudes are like, wow, we listen to Mariah Carey on the road. We're a heavy band, but we don't listen to heavy music. I think Acacia Strain like listens to I think like Vincent Bennett lived. I mean, just look who like they were gonna bring on tour back in March. It's like all these that are like
young bands.
Yeah,
on their
up
first
and, like,
records.
they did the tour with Knock Loose and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, I just think they know like what heavy music is, and I think that's why they're still sick, is because they know how to be.
Yeah, they keep an eye out.
They know how to be innovative and not fucking tacky.
Yeah, and they're about it. You know what I mean?
It's not like after the burial putting fucking sirens in their fucking air horns. Because that's what they live. They listen to fucking Soulja Boy and shit, right? But like, that's probably what they listen to. Like, oh, that would be cool if we did that. It looks like it sounds stupid. Breakdown. Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Oh, that would be so funny if any of them listened to Soulja Boy. That would be so funny.
But I don't know. It's like, that's like,
you're right.
That's the reason I think that band is still sick, is because they know what good heavy is.
They pay attention and they care about the music. Like,
isn't Vincent kind of like a metal nerd, kind of like how Trevor is of like Black Dahlia?
Yeah, he's big into metalcore and he's big into death metal too.
And
all
we're
right,
back.
What's up, everybody? We're talking about Slow Decay, the Acacia Strain, and this band is the shit, and they still continue to prove that they're the shit over time. And I think both of what you guys said was like absolutely a big contribution to that. It's like they're paying attention to what's going on within like the heavy scene, which is really cool. Yeah. Because not a lot of bands that, especially because the Acacia Strain came from that type of metalcore, like Kill Switch and Overcast,
the Boston shit.
Yeah, like that's
It's so sick listening to like dudes from Boston, that scene, like talk about that shit too.
Yeah,
it's always like fun to watch like an old Shadows Fall or Kill Switch thing when they talk about it. It's like so sick.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like it was a lot of fun.
Exactly, and like that's where they came from, and like, man, if those whatever bands that are there. I don't mean to dog on any of them, but any of the bands most bands from that era that still exist, they're
Unearth is still good.
Yeah, that is true.
It's about
Unearth is still good. I think they know what they're doing at this point, and they just do it. And same with Kill Switch, like they have their formula worked out. But it's cool because Acacia Strain, I think, cares a lot about what they do still, and like there's a lot of artistic integrity. So for those of you who don't know, the Acacia Strain put out their new full-length Slow Decay, but before that, this past December of 2019, they released a surprise record called It Comes in Waves. Mm-hmm. And I think both of these releases have cemented the fact that like, oh, they like really still give a shit. And it's almost like a return to form for that band in a way too. It's like, in a sense, like I feel like the Acacia Strain started out with that like Boston-y sound, and like on the very first record, and even 3750, like there's a lot of that on that. And then they went with Adam D for 3750 and the Dead Walk. So finally, like they started doing more of the heavier breakdown stuff, and then like, Continent was like that thing. I mean, they just went through so much, and then they did like all that 8-string shit, and it started to sound like Meshuggah and stuff, like Wormwood and Death is the Only Immortal.
Yeah, Death is the Only Immortal, especially, is fucking
super Meshuggah worship.
Very gent fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was 2012, man. That was that time.
Yes, it definitely was that time. That was the record that actually won me over. Yeah. Which was weird enough thinking about it now. I still like it.
I mean, like just like Brain Death and shit. Like that intro is like the hardest shit ever, man. It's so scary. And like that had like the sick melodic part in it too. Like that record won me over a lot too.
Yeah.
It's a good one. A lot of sick melodic shit on it.
Yeah. But essentially the Acacia Strain is also a band that the only original member is Vincent. They still have Kevin on drums.
Oh, this the drummer, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's OG. I feel like they might have had a drummer before him, but I could be wrong.
I think he's original.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be
as original as it gets at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's like been on all the records essentially.
Yeah, he's been on most of the shit.
And
that's probably like the first.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and
he's another one I watch a lot of drum videos of.
Yeah, he's an awesome player.
Phenomenal. Mm-hmm. He's so tight. It's ridiculous. Like, and he hits the shit out of those drums.
Yeah.
I always crack up because like a lot of the comments are always like, "You should be wearing earplugs." I agree with that. He should be. He's probably blowing out his eardrums the way he plays. But hey, man, it is what it is. Whatever.
Anyway, so they have all new guys. I mean, guys that have been in the band for a while now, for a few records at least. But it's just like they've become that like legacy band at this point where people could go back and pick out their favorites and shit. And I honestly got to say, like, I think these two new releases are probably my favorites from the band.
Yeah.
Just because it just feels fresh. It sounds like they have people that care about the music. It just sounds like they're doing what they want to do, like completely. Like for those who don't know, the way the Acacia Strain released this record, it was in a series of small EPs, which spelled out the word decay. They released like one a month since February.
How long did it take you to guess it was going to be decay?
It took me till the third one.
C, right?
Yeah, till the C, because I either thought it was going to be death or decay. But decay it is. So they had 2 songs on each of those 7 inches, and then the album came out and they had 2 additional songs, so it's 10 total. So it's been interesting because like I'm listening to this record, but I've heard a lot of these songs for months now. You know what I mean? And you remember because we would get together and I'd be like, oh, they just dropped another one. Yeah. And it's cool how they kind of did it because I feel like,
did they release them out of order or did they release them in order?
A couple technically a little out of order.
Yeah, the songs aren't the same. They don't appear the same as if you would like play the EPs back and forth.
Yeah, there's some omitted too. There's 2 that are not on the EPs.
I wonder what made them pick like, oh, these are the 2 we're gonna do, then these 2, then these 2.
Yeah, I don't know. That is an interesting thought because I don't know either. And I mean, a lot of it is it's just a cool fucking record. Like it goes so many different directions, but it also sounds like them.
Yeah, it does.
Like they do a lot of those weird, like, I mean, there's some singing on parts and shit. Like, like quote unquote singing. Yeah, but it's still new for a band like that, you know? And it's just crazy. It's very fucking cool. I love this record. And it was interesting because I listened to it, you know, front to back, and I'm like, well, I've heard a lot of this shit already by now. And I got 2 new songs, which are great and it's cool. But yeah, it's definitely, to me, it sounds like what that band should be doing.
Yeah.
And it's just cool because it's like they have so much freedom. I mean, to be able to do something like It Comes in Waves, which I'll pick, I'm sure, in another episode. You know, something that is so concept heavy and so like, different for a band like that and different for usually the crowd a band like that appeals to. Like, I don't think a lot of people at Acacia Strain shows are listening to like Cathedral records and shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then it's like they did
sick fucking reference.
Yeah. You know, and now they're just fucking, they're doing what they're doing, man. Fuck, I'm high.
Cathedral is sick though.
Yeah, Cathedral is sick.
It's really bad, but it's cool.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's just like they put out this weird doom metal record, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is that? So it's cool to see, like, this is definitely more in tone of what they usually do. Like, I mean, there's 2-step parts on the record. There's so many. I mean, it's just so sick.
I felt like listening to this record, I was like, oh, this has way more elements of the old stuff.
Yeah.
I noticed on this one.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. A lot more.
Compared to what I've heard in previous albums.
Yeah.
Because I've dropped off a little bit from this band. Like, I'm old, so like The Dead Walk was like one of the biggest albums for me that I just probably spun so many fucking times. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And one of those albums that I always showed friends, like, check this out.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. And like, it was great. A lot of friends that were like getting more into heavier stuff, like immediately gravitated towards that album. And it's a great album. I love it. And so when they started to progress in their sound, I was like, it's different. It's not quite The Dead Walk anymore. It still sounds great.
Sure.
It's just, they sound like a different band. But yeah, this album, I was like, oh, there's so many moments where I'm like, I've heard this version of Acacia Strain. Like, this is what I remember. Like, it's awesome. They've
been going, I feel like every record since the last one with DL, like they've been going further and further back into that direction.
But I think this one is like the fucking, it's like the sound that they were doing on Coma Witch and Grave Bloom. This is like the best version of that so far. Like, it's definitely like way. I thought Coma Witch was a little better than Grave Bloom, and I was kind of like,
I did too. Yeah.
You know, and like both those albums have a lot of songs that I don't really care about on it. Like, you know, like 3 or 4 each where I'm just like, okay, I don't give a shit about this song. It's kind of whatever, like Model Citizen or whatever on Grave Bloom. It's like, this is a dumb song. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of there.
Yeah. And like, there was another one too, but this Slow Decay is like definitely like all the songs are pretty much killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's the refinedness of like that whole sound. And also Vincent Bennett sounds so sick now that he's not like fat anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. He sounds awesome.
He was so notorious for like, if you watch the live videos, he's going to sound like shit.
Like winded all the time.
Yeah. Like, doing the talking shit. And like, he just sounded so bad. And now he's like, killing it, man. He's like the shit now.
Sounds phenomenal.
Yeah,
on this album.
dude.
Yeah.
Like how all the last like 3 albums they've done like start with like him doing a vocal part that he like screams.
Anytime he does that, I'm on board.
Yeah.
When the band drops out and it's just him going, I'm like,
yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Sick.
Like, it's awesome.
Scary.
Yeah. He sounds so mean. Like I love it.
It's sick. It's just cool to see how much like just like there's a lot of like experimentation shit going on this record. Yeah. Like the end of that song Birds of Paradise, Birds of Prey, how it like enters the last song like reversed, and but like that song ends with like it almost sounds like the raw recording of the drums and Vincent just like in a room, and then it just sick. Like gets quiet and quiet. It's like, wow, cool. That's like really cool. Like I haven't heard a band like this do something like that ever. So it's cool to see like they give enough of a shit to do that. It's just admirable, especially when you've been doing it for, I mean, I know there's different guys in the band. Not everybody has had the same career spanning experience, but even a guy like Vincent Bennett, like I wonder,
does this album have a producer?
Yeah, it's I think it's co-produced with another dude. I forget the guy's name, but essentially it was a dude that worked with Will Putney.
Okay.
At Graphic Nature, but they didn't record it there. Their bass player, Griffin, their newest bass player. Yeah, he has a studio. Okay. And I'm pretty sure they recorded it there. I could be wrong, but they had that guy come in and do it with them. But yeah, I think that's what they did for Grave Bloom too. I could be wrong though, because that record was kind of like it's weird because the Acacia Strain is that band that just keeps shit under wraps now. It's like you see them constantly touring, and then they'll tour for like 3 years on a record.
Yeah.
But then they start doing those like runs where it's like 2 weeks in the winter and like maybe a week in the fall and like just a festival summer season. So it's like sometimes like they could be still recording in between that time because it's not like super time demanding.
Right.
So they kind of did that. They had like, because I was like, man, when is this band going to drop another record? Because Gravebloom was 17, right?
27.
Yeah. And it had been a while. They had a new guitar player, that dude, Tom Smith.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, Tom actually used to work with Will Putney. And he used to be one of his engineers. And he worked on Coma Witch.
Scene on lock, man.
And shit. And essentially, like, that dude Tom started playing fill-in guitar for the Acacia Strain, and then eventually they were like, "Hey, you just want to do it?" Yeah. And then he was like, "Yeah." So I think there's also his writing in this, which I just think makes it even like cooler because it sounds more like To the Pulse type shit.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like the beginning of that song, "Seeing God." Sounds like suffocation.
Yeah,
it's like, so what? Sick. This is like so sick. Yeah, it's just awesome. It's cool. I don't know. There's something about this band that like I just like can't get enough of. And it's like
awesome.
Yeah, they're the shit. And like it's so funny because I used to hate this band. Like when I was younger, I used to fucking hate it.
I used to think they were lame as
fuck. When Wormwood was out and it was only breakdowns, this is bullshit, only breakdowns, this is bullshit.
That's all we wanted back then.
Yeah.
Remember this kid at school, he told me that, like, because I told him I like Between the Buried and Me, and he told me, he's like, oh yeah, you should like listen to Suicide Silence and the Acacia Strain. They sound like Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah.
And I like listened to them both, and I hated both of them.
They don't at all.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted Between the Buried and Me. Yeah. And I hated them both. Yeah, I hated Acacia Strain probably until 2012 or 2013.
Back when Best Buy,
no good reason.
That was at like that year span, like 2012 and onward, maybe for like the next 4 years. Like I bought my Acacia Strain CDs at Best Buy's because they would, what Best Buy was doing is they were basically just like getting CDs and like selling them for nothing. Like it'd be like $7.99 on release date. Yeah. And it's like, oh fuck, you can't beat that.
No, you can't beat that on the fucking merch store. Dude.
Yeah, no, exactly. So like I would just be like,
how are they making money off of that?
What's funny is like I never used to like Acacia Strain's like merch, especially like their pre-order stuff, because like they used to just print like
goof merch.
They used to have a ton of goofy merch and like just weird shit that was so like like I remember one time Adam Bevel posted like a picture of a Christmas shirt they did, and it was like a white t-shirt with Big Bird wearing a Santa hat, but it was literally just a picture of Big Bird in a Santa hat, and it said the Acacia Strain. It's like, why the fuck would I want that? Like I was just so like
they were more like a tongue-in-cheek band before. Like it was always
kind of up until Wormwood almost.
Yeah.
Like if you look at like even their music videos, you're like, oh, these guys are a bunch of
they still do that now.
Know?
Yeah,
it's funny,
definitely.
Like,
but at the time, I was just like, I was so turned off by shit like that I was like, I'm not going to do it. But now, like,
the Big Bird.
Dude, I pre-ordered almost everything I think that was available for all those Decay EP.
See, that's why I really admire them for that insanely great marketing.
Yeah.
Dude, and that was before all this shit was going on.
Like, yeah. Right. The first EP
time.
Yeah. The first EP launched in February.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. And like, we had no idea what it was. I was like, because they had mentioned in interviews that they had recorded 2 albums, and like over in the last, they had 2 albums ready to go. So they did It Comes in Waves, and they're like, and then we're gonna have another album come out in 2020.
That's crazy,
but they never
it out.
Yeah, but they never.
They recorded It Comes in Waves like on the
tour.
road and shit. So and then they set time aside to do the.
That's why
that was like a pet project because they put it out. What label did they put it on?
That was on Closed Casket Activities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it like wasn't even.
Yeah, it was like a contract list. Like Rise Records was like, go ahead, you could do it, no big deal.
Yeah.
Like
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like their passion project almost.
Yeah, it was just kind of like this experimental. We'll do it, trust me, because you gotta hear that.
It's a sick record.
It's so that record.
I'm sure you've showed me a track.
Yeah,
or two.
I do like it more than Slow Decay.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's because I like music like that more than like what they do. But it's it's sick that they did. Like I never would have expected that.
Well, like I always like the songs that sound like that.
Me too.
Like on Grave Bloom, there's Abysmal Depths and shit.
Yeah, and then the last song, Cold Gloom.
Yeah,
where it's just weird
really
drony shit, and then like. They did all of that song Observer on Coma Witch. Man,
yeah.
Dude, we can honestly do episodes on every single Acacia Strain record.
I forgot about Observer. That song is so sick.
Yeah, dude. It's a 23-minute song.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a lot of ambient shit in it, too. It's like really sick.
Yeah, it's dope. I should get that on vinyl.
Nailed onto the end of this fucking record.
It's just at the end.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I bought the CD and comes with 2 discs. The one is just Observer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very cool. Just weird experimental shit, and it's just like, damn, I love when bands do stuff like that. Right. It's so cool. But anyway, Slow Decay, I think like the pacing of it was really cool because you had an EP coming out a month, and nobody really knew what it was. And I'm like, I've been on board with the Acacia Strain since like 2012. Like everything they've put out, I've been like at the front of. Like I always like it. I always pick it up when it comes out. I'm always super eager to hear it. And then they did It Comes in Waves as like a surprise. I think it leaked. Like there was information about about them dropping it like a week in advance. But still, it's like, oh, that's cool. They're gonna drop a record in a week. Like that's still a surprise to me. So when that record came out, and with how much I loved it, I was just kind of like, fuck. Like I'm all my poker chips are in on this band because it's like, all right, they did it. And so when I saw that like they were dropping out like just these 2 songs like under this D EP, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, is this supposed to have something to do with the record?
In the background and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, what? This is strange. And then like a few weeks later, they announced an EP, and I'm like, what is going on? And then like people started to put it together. By the time the next one came out, it was kind of like already going around. Like they're releasing these 10 inches and or 7 inches. And then you just, and then they're actually, I didn't know what was going to happen. They released the pre-orders, because I started figuring it out because I wanted to get all of the 7 inches. They did 3 variations of each, and like each merch item you purchased came with a free vinyl, essentially came with the vinyl. And, it was cool because like, they did all this sick ass merch for it, and I just was like, I'll take it all. Like it's all really sick. And it just became kind of like this collection thing where I'm just like, fuck, now I don't want to miss out on one because it's so sick. And it's just been really cool that they've been doing it like that. And then I remember before I had calculated the time, I had figured it out. By the time the Y EP was going to drop, I was like, all right, I know it, because they did it like the 3rd week of every month. So I was like, all right, it's going to be like Thursday at 11 p.m. our time on the web store. They're going to have the pre-orders up for the next EP. And I was hanging out with Eddie at his place in Bridgeport Well, yeah, on that night, and then I looked and I saw that not only did they announce the YEP, but they also announced the Slow Decay record and pre-orders for the full thing, which included a couple extra songs.
Nice.
And yeah, I just spent a lot of money. So
fuck it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shit, basically. But yeah, I mean, it's such a sick record. It just sounds so good, and it's so fun to listen to, and it's just like there's so much to it that's like it's also, I feel like it's like a mature record for them. You know,
absolutely.
Like there's certain songs on here where it's like, whoa, like what are you guys doing here? Very sweet. So I'm a big fan. Like that song, it's like I breathed in the smoke
that
deeply,
song is sick.
And it smelled like death, and I smiled. Like what the fuck is that Tim Burton song name? You know what I mean? It's like what is that shit?
Danny Filth shit.
Yeah, but it's sick that they did it.
Yeah.
Like what? Like. It's so strange. So it's cool to see that like they take these weird ass, like, you know, they're not afraid to like try out new things or new ideas. And that song itself is really good with the weird like typo negative part in the middle.
That's fucking awesome.
Mind. Weird singing. That's sick.
Fucking I really like that when they had that article about Vincent Bennett being like talking about people jocking like old metalcore bands that like no one ever liked. That like just goes back to what I was saying earlier about them being good at heavy music. It's like when everyone's like jocking these dumb bands that nobody ever cared about and aren't good anyway, they're still listening to the real shit, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know, they don't have time for this shit just because it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is sick, dude.
Yeah, it is.
You're right.
Yeah, it's funny.
Dude, the one track they had, what's the name? Jesse Nicks, I think it is. That track was awesome. Like when she comes in.
Her vocals are so scary.
So good.
It is dope.
Yeah.
I like immediately was like, who the fuck is it? And like went back, I was like, who is this? And then I don't know. Are you familiar with her band?
Yeah, she's in. We were trying to think.
We were just trying to think. She did. I remember on
Mortality Rate.
I said Mortality Rate. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I said Judiciary in the car, but she just guests on Judiciary or something. So.
Okay.
Do you guys never listen to her band at all?
No, aren't they a hardcore band?
There's some like street hardcore, like, you know, fucking band with the toothless guy that went to jail for drug trafficking. What's that fucking band?
Rotting Out?
Yeah, they're Rotting Out type shit, I think.
Yeah, they're from Calgary.
Ah,
yeah, didn't know that, but that's cool. Yeah.
That when like her vocals kicked in.
Yeah,
I was like, what's going on here?
Nuts.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's really sick.
And then there's also that girl from Spirit Box, which I guess is from I Wrestled a Bear.
Yeah, she was the I Wrestled a Bear vocalist. She's like really good at vocals. I don't really like Spirit Box that much. Kind of whatever, but
yeah,
I
haven't given them
like
much of a listen.
Offshoot of that other band, I Wrestled a Bear.
Yeah, a couple of the Spirit Box, a couple of the.
It's
the
like
guitar
two
player,
of the
right?
guys, I think. Not the glasses guitar player though.
I don't know.
Like,
it is one guy though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not familiar with.
It's a couple people from.
I thought it was like the drummer and the guitar player.
Well, you liked I Wrestled the Bear once.
I really liked that fucking Hail Mary record they put out in 2014 or 15.
Yeah, which is nuts.
It's a fucking good record.
I believe
man.
it. I believe
so
it.
Sick. Yeah, because like I kind of always dabbled with them because I was like, oh, they're kind of cool and whatever, but like. That album, like,
that's
really
the black and white album cover, right?
Yeah, it's like greenish, I think.
Well, isn't this the singer on this?
Yeah, that's
Courtney
LaPlante
or whatever.
Courtney LaPorte or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah,
shit,
something weird.
Robert Plant.
Yeah,
Robert
my bad. But okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so she guested on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was, and then the dude from Jesus Piece, is on a song and shit.
That Aaron something.
Yeah, Aaron Hurd on Seeing God. His part's cool. His part is very like ass beaten part. Like, yeah, getting stabbed.
Yeah, dude, shanked in the fucking. There's a lot of sick like parts like that on the record.
Yeah, it's like Morbid Angel slam.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
But it's in the context of a fucking Acacia Strain song.
Yeah,
sick.
Which is insane to me. Yeah. Oh fuck, they're so sick. Love this band. Love what they're doing. I love this record so much. It'll probably, if I do a top 10, it'll probably be one of the only metal albums in there.
I do not listen to metal.
Yeah, I don't. That's good. I like that voice.
The Tigran album is #1, no matter what.
But anyway.
Was listening to Volumes yesterday, listening to Tigran today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your favorite
band yesterday. Now you listen to Tigran.
Yeah. Now I listen to Tigran.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the piano dude, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not to say that he sucks, but I don't think he does. I think he's actually really sick, but it's just he's one of those guys that like metal dudes jock to be like smart.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's basically just metal.
See, I'm cultured.
Piano.
I listen to this. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. It's literally you go to the show and it's dudes in fucking like Dream Theater shirts. You just augmented the ninth. This is augmented that ninth. Wow.
Wow. That is tragically accurate. It's so true.
Really? You care that he augmented the ninth? Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Fuck you.
You augmented the ninth.
Oh God! Do my eyes deceive me? Or did I just see an augmented line pop up in the third half of that measure?
Oh man, yeah.
Do my eyes deceive? It's like if you said that in front of me, I would beat your ass. I would fucking take your lunch money if you said that.
Yeah, man. There's definitely multiple moments in my life that I've heard people say shit like that, and I'm just like, man, this sucks, because I always remember it, and then it just sticks. Like I remember, one time I was at that stupid ass. I went to go see Obscura at the House of Blues, and it was with Children of Bodom, Devin Townsend, Obscura, and Septic Flesh. And I just wanted to see the first two bands and Devin Townsend. But like,
I remember that tour. Yeah,
I was walking by the merch table, and
I think I remember you telling me about
this.
Yeah,
they had a shirt of like Townsend had a shirt of like Ziltoid dressed in like a Grim Reaper costume, like Children of Bodom.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody was like looking at it and they were like, "Oh, Kevin, so crazy. Only you, Kevin." And I was just like, "Oh my God, shut the fuck up." Like
in one of my math classes in like high school, there was a girl, and like there's two girls that sat next to me and they were friends. And the one girl came in and she was like talking about, she's like, "You will not believe I was at this place on my vacation," that she like just got back from, and she's like, "And I was at this place and you will not believe who was there. A Mr. Stephen Colbert." And it's just like a Mr. Stephen Colbert. Like I just think about that like in the shower, and I just go, "Hey, Joe, shut up!"
Just screaming.
Hey,
like
Mr. Steve. Like I give a shit that you were in a pizza shop that Stephen Colbert was in.
Oh my God,
Stephen Colbert.
I like it matters that you saw him.
Yeah,
he's a human.
Yeah, dude.
It'd be cool to see that guy.
Flick his ear. It's wrong.
What would you do if you saw him?
I would flick his ear.
Would you go up to him and
fucks with me, and nobody talks about how it's stupid looking.
His ear?
Yeah, his fucking ear.
Weird,
it's all fucked up and weird.
Oh, Stephen Colbert? I've never noticed.
He's got the one like sticks out weird, and it's all fucked up, and it makes no one talks about.
What is it, like crunchy or like crusty?
No, it's like flimsy, dude.
Yeah, it just sticks out weird.
It's like flimsy. You know how like Harry Connick Jr.'s jaw is fucked up? Just put that on the side of your face, and that's basically what it reminds me of.
Side of your face.
Yeah. Harry Connick Jr.
I don't know who that is.
Basically, he looks like Alex Winter from Freak Show.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Freaks. That's what it is. Great movie.
No, he's fucking Harry Connick Jr. is like some piano player, songwriter guy, and
/ actor.
Yeah, and he had like a fucking daytime show not too long ago too. I don't know if he still has it.
Yeah,
I just watched it once, and he was like, "I just want to say before this next segment, women, you're better than men." And all the women were like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Love me, please me." It's just like, shut up. You don't think that.
Yeah.
Stop it. But his show is just for like old women that had dry pussies. And he was,
whoa,
it's your job. Harry, there's a lot of women out there with dry pussies, and it's your job to wet them again. That's what he did. He would just go up to old ladies and like kiss them on the cheek and stuff, and be like, "You are the prettiest at age 75." And they go, "Oh, Harry, yes, you're divine."
Harry, oh my God,
it's your job to wet him again.
So, is that it for the Acacia Strain?
Whoa, it was a lot. There's a lot in there. Wow.
A lot to unpack.
Ew.
I got that from
your job.
I got that from. There was an E-fuck clip I saw a long time ago where this guy was fucking like grandmas and would film it. And it was like, and like the one grandma like fucks him, and she's like, "You are divine." And she says that, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, see, another one of those
Give him
things
Werther's
you remember. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, Acacia Strain, slow decay. Back to what we were talking about. Fuck.
Focused.
But yeah, I don't even like know what my favorites. I like all the doomier songs. I like that song "Birds of Paradise, Birds of Prey" a lot. I thought that one was really cool. I really like "Seeing God." I think that's like a good, like, I could see it being like the song they play from the record 6 records down the line. If they get that far, which is a long time. But I could see that being like a favorite. Just a bunch of cool shit. I mean, it's all so cool. Like even the beginning of "Feed a Pigeon, Breed a Rat," when it's got all those weird like noises. I don't even know what that sound is. A rotary phone.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
it's dope. It's just a sweet record all around. I think that if you were ever a fan of this band and you're listening to this, you should still give it a listen to just to see what you think. You know, I mean, especially you saying that there's a lot of old stuff you're hearing coming back.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of it.
There's a lot of people that abandoned that band after like the Deadwalker Continent and shit, or Wormwood.
I mean, there's a lot of people that abandoned them then after DL.
Yeah,
there are a lot of DL fans out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's funny. I mean, I don't know. I always just pictured Vincent as being the band. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think a lot of people
DL's writing. It's just hearing Vincent's voice is always like awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
And I mean, yeah, he's the front man.
Like
so
over
it makes
anything,
sense.
I'd listen to that guy scream over anything.
Oh
you know?
yeah,
like,
me too. Absolutely. But yeah, like that dude Devin, that's been in the band since DL left.
That Shitaker.
Yeah,
great last name.
He put out there was like a pic that he had made, and on the back of it, it said like. In text it was like, "I like Devin, but I miss DL" or something on his pics. He printed them on there.
Good for him.
Because like
awesome.
Everybody always says shit like that.
Move.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's got. I never even think about that, but that's got to be a pain in the fucking ass. Is like,
yeah, it sucks
because there are so many fanboys that are like, it's DL or nothing.
It's you know what also sucks? I'm seeing all these like news sites and shit post like articles about the record, and they'll use a promo that's from like 7 or 8 years ago, and it's just like Vincent Bennett is wearing like, he's got big gauges and he's a fat dude again, and he's got like some weird like straight edge like giant hat or something. It's like, what? This is not this band anymore. Even my car even does that. When I put them on, like it shows the stock picture of them when they were still a 4-piece. Like
that shit happens all the time.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. But yeah, I really hope that people pay attention to what this band is doing now with the people that they have in it now, because they have 2 releases with all these guys on it, and it's just fucking. I think it's some of their sickest shit, and I think that they're a band to still pay attention to, and I think they've proved that they're still relevant with this record. Listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every song is cool. Every song has something cool going on. I love it. Loving every minute of it. I'm sure if Regis Philbin was alive, he would love it as well. This one's for you.
You just got it for $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, for $250,000. So sick, dude. I wish you could have said that to me.
Anyway, I guess that's all I really have to say about it. If you were lucky like me, hopefully you snagged some of those 7 inches, because I think they're close to sold out. At least some of them are completely sold out. Yeah. But buy the record. It came out vinyl, CD. Stream it, listen to it. It's sick. Do it. Okay. I'm out. Welcome to who's next? You.
Me.
Blood Has Been Shed.
Yes.
Dude.
The old man band.
Yeah. This record is awesome. This is my first time listening to it.
It's funny.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I got it at a disc replay for like 50 cents.
Really?
Time I heard it.
I paid full price for it a long time ago.
2010 or something.
That's sick. That's a sick disc replay. Find some weird like discorded ferret record CDs.
Yeah, it might have been like 99
Find
cents.
like Controller by Misery Signals in there for like $4. Yeah.
Some like combat records.
They were on Ferret. Combat though.
Oh yeah, that like you get shit for 50 cents at all costs, and look what I did.
Horse the band, dude.
Yeah, Horse the band. Get it for $1 at Disc Replay.
Yeah.
But that's how I first heard it, and I thought it was the shit.
Did you know about the band before then?
Actually, you know what? I had probably torrented it before that, but I'd never really listened to it. And then when I had the CD, I started to listen to it.
You knew it was Howard Jones?
Yeah, I knew. I already knew it was him. But, yeah, man, that band was like... I think it's fucking crazy, dude.
Right. Way ahead of their time.
Yeah, very much so.
Which is crazy, which I think is part of the detriment of that band was the fact that they were so ahead that nobody was like...
Yeah, like kind of like it's and some parts of it remind me of like Candiria a bit for sure.
Shit, yeah.
The groove shit.
Are they from New York? Where are they from? I never.
Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, the East Coast band. I
Yeah.
think, right? Yeah,
they're definitely an East Coast band.
Because
Howard Jones.
Although I know,
was East Coast.
I don't know, because Justin Foley, used to be a symphonic drummer for I believe like the San Diego Symphony or something like that.
Okay.
So he might have came in later.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
because he's not on the first record.
Connecticut.
No,
they're from
Connecticut.
Yes. Oh, so that makes sense.
Right.
They're probably close to like bands like Candiria and shit.
Yeah, it's right next to the fucking
the hodgepodge.
Right next to New York and right next to Boston. Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, so this band famously has members that were in Killswitch Engage. One that currently still is in Killswitch Engage, which is
Justin
Foley, the drummer. Which, like, it's funny because if you listen to the drumming on Killswitch, it's great. It's so fucking rock solid for sure. But it just goes to show you like how amazing of a drummer Justin Foley really is if you listen to this album.
Dude, it's wild.
It sounds like he's playing this massive kit, like the way he
probably
plays.
has like 2 toms and fucking 3 cymbals.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But and then Howard Jones, who sang for Killswitch, who took over for Jesse, and now Jesse's back. But it's funny, like, hearing a very young, pissed off Howard Jones.
Yeah, he sounds so young too.
That's actually the first time I probably heard of that band was because me and my brother had this New England Hardcore Metal Fest 2003 DVD.
Yes, which has a live video.
Yeah, and we got it for Killswitch, but like Blood Has Been Shed's on it, and we were like, why the fuck is Howard here?
Yeah,
it was weird.
And it was like the B side of that DVD.
Yeah, it's like the second stage. Yeah, it's like
that was part of the reason why I
bought
that DVD, because I was just like, oh my god, there's a live footage of Blood Has Been Shed. Let's do this,
Oh hell yeah!
And it sucks.
Did you ever see him?
No, I never got to see him. But what sucks about that video is that the main guitar player of that band fucking jumps in the crowd and his guitar cuts out for like half the song. And they're all short songs. I'm like, god damn it. This is the song you pick? Like, what the fuck?
But Howard in that video is like scary, jacked, huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking will kill you, dude. Like, it's so
Was he
sick.
in Killswitch yet?
Yeah, he's on the performance with Killswitch, too. It's like sick. And they do Fixation on Darkness.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it must have just been like a one-off that they did. Because it
was Justin doing it too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't still Tom Gomes.
No, it was Justin.
Okay.
And it's just funny because, like, I don't know how much that band actually toured, if at all, if much. There's you can find videos of them online but it's I don't know, it's mostly East Coast. Yeah, something Dave's pumping something. But yeah, it's weird. Like, for a long time there were rumors going around about them doing a third album.
Yeah.
And nobody really
been going around for years too.
Yeah, and like the last I heard, the main songwriter was just the guitar player that jumps in the crowd. I guess he works for a family business of like carpentry or something like that, and he's just like, yep, I'll do that now. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, your writing is phenomenal.
I think something about Howard made a statement saying like it could be possible in the future.
No,
which is it's what's weird to me.
It should be, but it's not.
This whole band, like, how do you go from like music like this to Killswitch Engage? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
More money, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
it's also sick. I don't know.
Yeah, it is sick. Killswitch is sick, but it's very strange that like they went from this really abstract, weird type shit to like
very over the plate rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine they're probably just like tight with all those dudes,
Yeah, probably.
Like, hey man, why don't you do that in this band?
Darkness fools.
But yeah, the other thing that was funny is like, so years ago when I toured with Soil and All That Remains, like one of the things I always do is I Wikipedia all the bands I'm on tour with and just like look up funny stuff that I can find. And one of the things that popped up was the bass player at the time, which was Jeannie Saigon, or I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but
All That Remains.
Carl Sagan's daughter, Jeannie. Yeah.
In her Wikipedia, it says that she's the current bass player of Blood Has Been Shed. And I was like, what? And so we're like hanging out one night and I was like, hey man, I got like a weird question to ask you. She's like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, are you in Blood Has Been Shed? And she just starts laughing. She goes, no. She's like, I wish I was. I was like, what the fuck's that all about? She goes, I have no idea where that rumor came from. She's like, it just kind of happened. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. And I was like, do you know anything about this record? She's like, no, I don't know a single thing. Yeah. God damn it. Like, this is my chance to learn something. I was like, damn it.
She was in the Acacia Strain for a bit too.
Was she really?
When they first started, yeah.
Oh, I think I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't think they're on good terms though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know. She seemed like a pretty cool, nice, chilled person.
I don't think she's on good terms with All That Remains either. Right?
Yeah, I don't think
she like jumped ship like real quick because like she ended up dating some dude in some other band and joined his band.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really weird. Fun fact, when we were on tour with them, she went on a fucking like Tinder date.
Really?
In one of the days. It was so funny because she like got like dialed up and all of us were like, what the fuck's going on, Jeannie? Like, what? And there was like, yeah, she's got a date tonight. We're like, what?
Wow.
After imagine that, like,
after or
with
before
her.
The show?
I think it was before the show. Yeah. We got there like early as fuck and had time to kill. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh. Damn.
Yeah, good for her. But yeah, I was like fucking hoping I get some
like
bit of information.
The biggest All That Remains fan of all time goes on a date with him. He's got the hat. He's got the hat.
What?
I want you to sign this and all of these.
Dude, I saw that happen to Phil.
Really?
Yeah, some guy who came up to him was like,
hey, Phil, can you like
books? No, it was just a bunch of like old tour posters.
Shine my ass.
It was so funny. It's one of those like total like Punisher moments of like, hey, can you sign this? Yeah, sure. And he was like, and this, and it was like a stack, and he did it, which was good for him. But yeah, but no, back to Blood Has Been Shed though. I don't remember quite how I discovered this band. I blame Jack and like Tom for sure. But I just remember like hearing it and instantly it was like, this is hands down probably my favorite album ever. Yeah. Easily.
For you?
Of all time?
Of all time.
Really?
I probably have played this record just more than any other record.
Wow.
It's been it hasn't ever left my car until the car died. Now the CD is just with me and I don't have a way to play it, but I have it.
That's sick. You still have a copy.
Oh, absolutely. It's my original copy. I'll never get rid of it, man. And yeah, I don't know. That band was also a big influence on the writing that I did with like Capsize and stuff like that.
Sure.
Not so much for Roman Ring, maybe some my personal stuff for sure. Like it's always the ideas there, and yeah, I don't know. I love everything about this record. I know like a lot of people tend to like laugh at that one track. I don't know if it's an acronym or if it's supposed to be UATU. Yeah.
I like that song.
Yeah, I think it's
really?
sick.
Yeah.
I think it's sick, but I think it's funny to listen to him sing on it before he was really confident. It sounds like in his ability.
Very minimal range.
Well, all the singing on that album is very like oddly mixed too. It's very like dry, and it sounds like I was telling him, it sounds like he was like just like practicing a vocal melody in a room, and they just recorded that. It's just
good,
like
Howard.
They didn't care about it at all.
No.
Yeah. But you can tell he's good.
Yeah. Production is definitely.
He sounds
lacking.
So young too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I don't know
like
how
slightly
old he was
higher.
when he did this, but
it's 03, wasn't it? 02?
I believe so. Probably 02 is when they recorded it.
Yeah. So he was probably 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. He was 14 and a half. I am 14 and 3/8.
Like the mic is like above his head.
Yeah, I did like that song though.
I'm surprised every time I show the album, like people later, they're always like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, I know it's a little like different than the rest of the album, but when it picks up, it's awesome.
It just sounds like Poison the Well or something to me, you know? It's
I think it sounds
that type
fun.
of sick
one of my
shit, you know?
favorite bands for sure.
That was one of the songs I liked a lot. I also liked I got to pull up the song name so I could if I see them I'll remember them. But I know there was a couple on the second half I really liked. I like the song Beatnik.
That's good.
Yeah, that song is weird as fuck, man.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's sick though.
What's the one like Call Waiting for John Doe?
Yeah, that's the one that's
sick.
like it goes into or whatever.
John Doe has the upper hand. I like Technicolor Jackets. I thought that was a cool song.
The last song is phenomenal too.
Yeah, that last breakdown is the shit.
Yeah, Cortisone.
Yeah.
Even the song you chose for your highlight one,
it was tough to pick.
House of Fists. That song's sick. That back to back with Beatnik is sick too, because it's like you get the real heavy and then you get the soft shit.
The opening track too is like
Age of Apocalypse is the shit, man.
When it just fucking kicks in, you're like, oh shit.
She Speaks to Me is probably one of my favorite. Like the first 4 songs, like all in a row, are just like
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, man, that's a great fucking way to open a record.
Yeah, I love this album. It's just like one of my favorite albums, man. Like,
so you got it when it came out?
Yeah, maybe like a little after. Okay. Like I said, I can't remember how we even discovered this band.
They were probably on Lambgoat and shit.
Probably, yeah, because Jack and Tom were all over that all the time. Because I know I didn't know about Novella Virial.
Okay,
it wasn't until Spirals that I was like, whoa, this band, you know. And then when you do go back, I love that album, Novella Virial, but it is like pretty different, and it sounds.
Was there singing on it?
Yeah, for sure. It's just a little more straightforward as far as the song structures go.
I think I listened to that album like once or twice, like a long time ago. I haven't listened to it since.
It's very dated. Like you'll hear it and you're like, yep, that's the era this came from.
And that's the thing. This record sounds like it could have been released any time in the past 20 years.
Yeah, right? Pretty much.
Isn't that weird? Like, if the production was better, you'd be like, oh, this like came out last week.
Yeah. Or it could have come out in 2012 or something. You know, it's like it doesn't even like it doesn't seem out of place at all. It's really fucking holds up. I haven't listened to it in at least like 5 years since now.
Oh, wow.
It's been a long time since I listened to it, but I used to listen to it like all the fucking time, dude. It was such a sick record. And, oh man. Howard just sounds like he's cupping the mic the whole, like his vocals are so,
very like
mid-rangey.
Yeah.
Good one, man.
But yeah, it's a great album for sure. And I just curious what that band would have became if they had stuck with it.
Yeah, I wonder where it would have gone.
But we'll never know.
That sucks because 2 records is such a bad sample size for. It's like fuck. Like,
and there is like another EP even before.
Yeah, it's like a self-titled or something, isn't it?
Yeah, which it's funny. It's even worse sounding than the previous recording. Yeah, but it's still great because like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's more Bloods than Shed. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just curious. Like, I wonder what. I guess Killswitch must have just really killed the steam of that band. Because, like, obviously Killswitch was so much bigger.
I mean, that was on their... I mean, they got to their peak, I think, with Howard.
Absolutely. Yeah, their biggest commercial success was probably with Howard.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was crazy. I mean, it's just like...
I remember when they got Howard, and I was like, the fucking guy from Bloods Been Shed? I was like, what the hell? I was like, hell yeah, this is all... Because I love Killswitch. So I was like, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, it was cool.
My favorite Killswitch stuff is
Yeah.
that era. Is like, you know.
Well, we definitely got to do a Killswitch
episode.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll probably do like Daylight Dies or something for the next.
Oh, damn. I want to do Daylight Dies.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I don't know. That'd be sick because I have a lot of shit to say on Killswitch.
Yeah.
Howard and Jesse eras, man.
I know. Yeah, I know you like Jesse.
Oh no, dude, I've been a Howard man for a while.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, I switched, man. I switched like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah,
I had a realization where I was like, Jesse bullshit's got to go, man. It's such a.
I agree.
Yeah,
I do like Jesse. I like him too, for sure. But
it's bullshit to say that his era is better. I don't think it is. I think Alive or Just Breathing is really good, but you can't stack the last 3 records up to the fucking Howard records at all. Except maybe the last self-titled one that they did kind of sucked.
The last Howard one.
Yeah, the last Howard.
A lot of people were like,
probably the worst Killswitch record easily. Like it's so.
What was the big single off of that one?
Start Again.
Start Again.
Can we
Starting
start again? Starting over.
Yeah,
that song's good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that song.
There's a couple good songs.
And I like
on
that
one.
Fucking Light in the Darkened World. I think that's a good standard Killswitch song.
What was the Reckoning? The Reckoning
that
or
song
whatever?
was sick, yeah.
With blast beats in it.
This is the Reckoning.
Yeah, Justin definitely blasts in that song.
He blasts in like most Killswitch now. I mean, like a lot of Killswitch has blasting in it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah. It is very weird.
Yeah,
it's
Howard Jones' career in general has taken some weird
turns.
Yeah, that like the torch shit is not great.
Was that the follow-up to his Killswitch? Or
it was The Devil
one?
You Know.
Which was just terrible.
It's pretty bad.
It was rough. And it's like an all-star group of people in that band.
Yeah,
too.
It was a dudes from like, you know, heavy rock bands and shit. I don't think it was
very
a metal
talented.
Guy. What was it was the Francisco guy from All Shall Perish.
Yeah.
Francesco Artusato.
Yeah, Francesco,
With his 29 fret guitar, whatever the fuck it was. And,
I remember that.
Yeah. The only thing I thought was cool about that was like he had a neck he didn't have a neck pickup, but he had a pickup selector that emulated a neck pickup, which was interesting. Cool, that was kind of cool. Yeah, for sure. Just so he could have his 29 stupid fucking frets. But I just remember, because like I love Howard Jones. Bloodman Show was huge. Killswitch Engage was huge for me. And then I was like, oh, he's got a project. Let's check it out. Gotta be good, right? Yeah. And I just like, man, I've never felt such disappointment. Yeah. Like, it was just like rough to see. I was like, oh.
They put out like Devil You Know put out 2 or 3 records.
Yeah.
But then there was some legal issues with the name because the drummer left, the OG drummer left, and like sued him over the name or something.
I think I remember something about that.
And like wouldn't budge on the name, so they had to change the name to Light the Torch, which is what they are now.
Yeah.
Which is still not great.
yeah, still not hitting it for me.
Until they get sued by the Olympics. Yeah. You bastards.
Those sons of bitches.
You bastards. You bastard kids. We're 45.
Could you shine my ass?
Excuse me, Mr. Lamontoy. Could you shine my ace?
Wow.
Mr. Howard Jones.
Anyway. But yeah, it's kind of weird where that guy's gone now. And he did guest vocals on a Killswitch song on the last record.
I saw the video
with Jesse.
I don't like that song.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's not that good. Yeah.
The Signal Fire?
Yeah, the Signal Fire.
So. Yeah. Because he's
the whole album was those B-sides were like so much sicker.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, they're that band.
Yeah, Killswitch has the sickest B-sides.
Yeah, because they're always the weird experimental-y songs where they're clearly not going to make the album. They're like, let's just do it.
A popular song.
Yeah, like they did a B-side on the album before the newest one that had like blasts all over it. Yeah. It was fast.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like 220 shit. I like this Fire Burn song that Randy Orton used to walk out to. Yeah, that song was sick.
It was sick. It was CM Punk, wasn't it?
I thought it was Randy Orton.
I don't think it was Randy. Oh, maybe it was.
I mean, CM Punk was famous for Cult of Personality, so I don't know if he ever did.
I thought he did some like Chicago bands because he's a Chicago dude.
Yeah, maybe. But he definitely did Cult of Personality. That's like his song.
Really?
Cult of Personality. Yeah, everyone knows that. And I only know that because one time when I sang that at karaoke, some dude was like, "Did you do that for CM Punk, man?"
Did you say
why was he there?
No, yeah, that's why I asked. I was like, did he come in or some shit? And he was like, no, that's like his song. And I was like, oh, okay.
Like, you know that song predates that dude. Like, come on. Like, what?
I've heard people like since then talk about that song in relation to him, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I just missed that. I mean, I don't care about wrestling at all.
Right?
It's fucking lame for grown men to waste their time on that shit. But that's my hard stance on it. I'm willing to come down from it if I see that you really care about it, but I
take that, Eddie Gobo.
No comment.
I don't know. Go do something else. Stop watching TV. I don't know. That's a hard stance, but it's fun. It's a funny one too. What are you gonna watch a bunch of grown men with their packages out, touch each other like girls? Go outside and dig a hole, kid.
Yeah.
Dig another hole. Yeah. It'll build character. Dig another fucking hole. I'm going to tell it to Eddie Gobo next time I see him.
Dude, go over to your house like 20 years from now when you have a kid. There's like a shitload of holes in your backyard.
There's a lot of holes in your yard. I know. The damn kid won't listen.
You talk like that for some reason.
Yeah, it changed, man. Yeah, it changed. A lot is different about me. I'm drinking Pepto-Bismol because I'm stressed. It's really sick, dude.
No, it's not.
dudes that drink Pepto-Bismol
trying not to get an ulcer.
Yeah, because they're trying to coat the lining of their stomach.
Yeah, so they don't get an ulcer.
People do that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, usually dudes that have bad like acid reflux and
like it's always like stressed out businessmen.
Like IBS, and they're just like
Pepto-Bismol. So gross, dude. The
milky
grossest thing.
Pink,
pink shit.
Pink milk.
I love
you like milk?
The way that shit tastes.
Do you really?
I love Pepto.
You're a psycho, dude.
Oh, I think it's delicious. I don't know why. I know it's gross to a lot of people.
It's medicine-y.
I don't know. Something about it.
Dude, I'm going to fuck you up and make you drink fucking Pepto-Bismol, dude.
Sure. I mean, I think it's fine. I'll drink Pepto-Bismol for a joke all damn day. I think it's hilarious.
What about just a glass of milk?
Glass of milk? It's not funny, though.
No.
Pepto-Bismol is funny.
Yeah. I guess.
Glass of milk's not much.
I'll do a Pepto-Bismol.
How did we get here? What were we talking about?
Blood's been shed.
Okay, yeah. Back to the record.
One of the times I was on tour with Roman Ring, obviously Nate's a huge Killswitch fan, so he knows Howard Jones and everything. Same thing with Joe. So he was familiar with the band. They didn't know Blood's Been Shed.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, you guys need to hear this. Yeah. Especially Joe, just being a drummer. I was like, dude, this drumming on this album is so fucking great.
Did he like it?
Oh, yeah. They were all very surprised by it, though. They're just like, holy shit.
I was too. When I knew.
Kind of throws you off a little.
Yeah. Well, I had known that Howard came from that band, and I know that they had this like pseudo metalcore cred.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd listened to maybe songs here and there, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is sick and clearly very, very heavy. Mm-hmm. I've heard you talk about it as long as I've known you. Right. But this was my first time listening to it front to back, and it was a lot of fun. It was cool. At first, I was like, wow, there's 14 songs on here, but a lot of the songs are not very long.
Everything's less than 3 minutes, except for like 2 songs, I think.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. It's a quick record, and it goes by fast. It's got to be like 35 minutes, maybe.
It might even be shorter than that.
Yeah,
Spirals. Yeah, it's like 35.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard Space Time Reciprocal. I thought the da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
A little stabby parts.
Yeah, I thought that sounded like Blood Has Been Shed.
That's fair. I didn't write that.
Yeah, okay. But the first time I heard that, it reminded me of that.
I think that's a Joe Jans original.
Trying
to think who we ripped those off from. There's a band.
I always thought it sounded like Dillinger, those parts.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. I couldn't think of that.
I thought there was a couple Roman Ring parts that I had heard like before I like knew you guys that I thought it was like
Blood Has Been Shed.
Blood Has Been Shed and like the Red Chord. That was basically
Red Chord definitely is a huge influence.
I thought you guys sounded like
that would be a band we definitely hit in this segment.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
Red Chord. That's a death metal band.
You consider Red Chord death metal?
Red Chord is not metalcore; it's death metal for sure.
Really? See, to me, I feel like they're more of a metalcore band.
I mean, if you want to do it on here, I'll fucking do it.
I want to fucking do it. I don't think
I'll fucking do it.
I'll fucking do it. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about Red Chord.
Dude, fuse together.
I think they're a death metal band.
Really?
Easily. Maybe that first Revolving
album.
Doors is maybe metalcore, but so if you're gonna do that, but Fed Through the Teeth Machine and Pray for Eyes are like death metal records.
There's death metal tendencies there for sure.
It was the Face Area Solution, and tell me that's not a death metal song.
Technical death metal, grindcore, metalcore, deathcore.
Oh, we're all right.
We're all right. We're
diplomatic.
All right.
We're all right.
Yeah, I would do him on this. I would say I would probably let it fly for either or.
That's
honestly.
funny. Like bands like that being called grindcore or like shit like that when like I don't know
Power Rome exists
or like Nintendo core bands being called grindcore and shit like that.
I fucking love Nintendo
the Irish Front like being called grindcore. That's like the equivalent back then of today like bands being called slam.
Yeah, it definitely is. Wow.
It's that same shit where you're like,
you don't know how to like quantify it.
Yeah,
deathcore band is not slam.
Like I'm sure Blood Has Been Shed got called grindcore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
it's like I remember when people used to say that about like scene bands that like before deathcore was really like a big word, and it was like before it was a huge genre.
Didn't know what to call it. Yeah,
people would call it grind, and it's like this isn't grind. It's like because there's two very separate. It's like okay, are you fucking like,
Yeah.
Are you fucking agoraphobic nosebleed or are you fucking like the Irish Front?
Yeah, there's one's clearly different than the other. Yeah.
There's that one dude at work, that dude David that works in returns at work. He calls it white belt grindcore.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that
What's
mean?
white belt grindcore?
Like you're like a scene kid that wears a white belt.
Oh, he calls it that?
Yeah.
You talk to him about it?
What bands does that fall under that?
I'm trying to think.
Irish Front for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was like it was bands that did like crazy.
I can picture the kids that they're talking about. I just can't
like Number 12.
Number 12 would have been that at one point. Yeah, they definitely fell in that grind category, and they would never fucking grind.
That I don't know. That one album,
the shit I don't listen to, the rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, Put On Your Ruby. That album fucking rules.
Yeah, I never listened to that record. I'm all about Mongrel and
is that the older stuff?
Mongrel is 2007. That was like one of the newer ones, and then there was the fucking something about being alone, Worse Than Alone. That album was really sick, and then it's the newest one that I didn't even bother to listen to because I can't stand comebacks.
Yeah,
you don't like Rocky. I get it.
I don't know. That's like the Daughters comeback. Like so many fucking people at work that are like, you don't care about metal at all, but they think like the new Daughters is like the most brilliant thing ever. It's just like. stupid to give a shit about, but I'm like, fuck you, man.
I'm with you on that.
I thought that band was sick at one point.
I love Daughters. Like the first 3 albums are some of my favorite, but the new one, I don't know.
And I just like, dude, they did a bunch of good shit already. I don't know.
Yeah,
they got called grindcore.
Oh, they definitely are. At least that first album for sure.
I mean, I don't
Canada songs, like I don't think the first album for sure. Canada songs.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's a fucking like 13,
I never heard it. I can't.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
I
like
can't
13
comment.
tracks, and I think it clocks in at like 10 minutes or something. It's like crazy.
Really? It's like, I think it's like
every
12. It's like 12
so,
and a half or something. It's like, really short.
Yeah, because every song is like 45 to seconds to like a minute something.
What do you think it sounds like?
I mean, I think it sounds like math shit. It's like Dillinger, but it's like
okay.
It's not Dillinger because no one sounds like Dillinger.
Right.
Yeah. But that vein.
It's like just the spastic parts of Dillinger.
Yeah. It's the same thing as fucking Hell songs. It's
very screechy, pissed off singer.
Yeah.
And then he eventually turns.
So neither
into
of you guys
Elvis.
like their new record?
I don't care, man.
I liked it when I heard it because I was like, oh, sweet, more Daughters, but I was like, it just didn't grab me like the other albums did. And then it was just, I think it turned me off too that so many people were like, this is my album of the year. This is the greatest thing to ever come out. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, why? Like, not that, like, I mean, that's awesome. Like,
Hell songs would be good to do for an episode.
Oh,
of this,
yeah.
man.
Hell yeah.
Would that count? Can we do that?
I think Hell songs.
I'm fine with that.
I'll let it slide just because
if you guys are going to do the red chord, Daughters is fine.
You guys are going to do red
chord. Definitely the Daughters self-titled album would fit into metalcore. I think it's so sick, man.
That album's phenomenal.
That album got shit on too, and it's awesome.
The self-titled?
Yeah, it's got like clean singing on it and shit, and like choruses and shit.
It's like
way
full-blown,
fucking different.
Like drunk Elvis vocals, and it's awesome.
It's awesome as shit, dude.
And the writing is phenomenal. The production is great.
It's very overlooked because it's not crazy, squealy.
Which one?
Their last album, which was self-titled.
Yeah.
Which is it's a great album. I love that album.
Wow.
It's like Candaria's fucking the album with the van crash on it. What Doesn't Kill You.
Yeah.
Like people shit on that record, and it's like I don't know, very similar progression of that band's like between those records. Just like they are both universally got shit upon. I don't understand why, because they're great records. Right. It's just because they got shit upon because they had choruses that they sung in and people hated it because it was fucking 2000. Well, that Daughters album came out in like 2009 or something, didn't it?
Maybe 7.
Because Hell Songs was 06.
Maybe it was 09 or 08.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been 08. I don't know, but it's still a lot. People should have been cool with that at that point. But I guess a band like Daughters,
the massive crowd should have been out there for that album.
Yeah. Because I love that record.
I've never heard it. I've never listened to a full Daughters record front to back. I've barely listened to that.
Just listen to Canada songs. It's easy.
Yeah.
Hell Songs is the best.
Hell Songs is, I think most people's like, they're like, that's it. That's
vinyl,
the
man.
band.
That album's insane. I bought it for like,
it's great, dude.
Spent like $40 on it.
Yeah,
where'd you buy it?
Like Inside a Pyramid or whatever. Or,
down out.
There's so many great.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's
the
so
one
good.
part was like, your love is a disgusting thing.
What album? Hell Songs?
Hell Songs, yeah.
The album cover's very weird.
Person on it or whatever. It's like Whistler's mother or something.
There's like that's it.
Yeah.
Some lady with a horse.
She's gonna fuck it probably.
That album rules.
Looks scary.
All 3 of those albums are just so fucking good. I love them. Yeah.
I know Eddie likes them a lot. Limp Paris.
Mm-hmm.
He likes Daughters quite a bit.
Yeah, they fall in the vein of Blood Has Been Shed type shit.
I
think that's kind of why I got into.
I feel like the fucking the response of Blood Has Been Shed puts out another record is going to be the same thing. We're going to hate it because everyone's like,
and everyone's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Why?
God damn it.
Yeah, it was already fine.
There's certain bands like that don't work if everyone. It doesn't work if everyone likes it.
Yeah,
it loses the
It's like Dillinger. The reason they're sick is because they're a weird band and they're crazy.
Yeah, they were a
headwalk
band
in Virgin Megastore, but then they become like legendary status, and it's like, oh, like my fucking girlfriend likes Dillinger. That's stupid.
It becomes.
Does your girlfriend like Dillinger?
No.
If you don't.
It's like, but people bring their girlfriends to Dillinger shows.
Right.
And it's like, dude, your girlfriend shouldn't like this. She should think that you're stupid for listening to it, and she should make fun of you for it. Are you listening to that music 100%. That's just squeaky and screechy? It sucks.
How can you listen? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I want my girlfriend to tell me about Dillinger. I don't want her to like it.
I like your voice you use for that.
I don't want my girlfriend to go, interesting choice there with the augmented ninth.
Here we go again.
Oh my God. My girlfriend, I love her so much. She recognized the augmented ninth.
I'm so proud.
I'm so proud of me.
What? Damn, dude.
Yeah. Going places.
You're fucking wild.
Yeah.
So we got another record to talk about, motherfucker. Why don't you set this one off? I could do an Atreyu record on here, dude.
I would love if you did fucking The Cursed or something.
Yeah, we should.
Because I've never
I should do that.
I've never listened to that album all the way through.
Oh, it's bad. I mean, it's sick, but it's not.
I actually realized because so I did Human Abstract Nocturne, came out in 2006. Technical metalcore would probably be the best
term.
But yes, I'm looking at the track list now. There was a lot of songs that I'd never fucking listened to on this record.
Same.
Like for a while, like some of the shit at the end, like Echelons to Molotovs.
Yeah.
I never listened to that song. The fucking transition song, Soda Voicey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never listened to that song when I was a kid. Like there was a bunch of songs I would always skip. Channel Doridius.
Detrius.
Yeah, I probably listened to that like once or twice. But yeah, listening to this whole record probably for the first time in a really long time. Listening to this record, any songs from it at all, still a long time. Like it's just like one of these records I beat to shit when I first heard it.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
This was a band I never checked out. I remember the name, hearing it a bunch amongst all the other bands that I've ever liked.
Because they have. They're a band. They had this record Nocturne, which I think is the best thing.
It is.
And they had the album Midheaven that came out 2
after.
years after it. They lost like their main dude, AJ Minette, the sweet pick guy.
Yeah, so AJ Minette was like this like hidden like neoclassical shredder.
Okay,
and like
that makes sense
for this metal
from what
band,
I've heard.
Yeah,
he
they
wrote a bunch of shit, and like you can tell he's not on Midheaven because all the shit is like it's super simplified and like it's weird, just like Coed and Cambria style radio shit, but it's like still heavier than that.
Yeah.
But it's very like weird, and like that band dropped off hard. Like people wrote them off completely.
I did
really?
From that record.
Yeah, Midheaven. I hated it when it came out. I was just I don't even think I finished the whole record. Like,
really?
Yeah, I remember the songs.
I still have never listened to the whole thing.
Where did that guy end up?
So he ended up back in the band.
In 2011, they put out an album called The Digital Veil, which whenever you talk about Human Abstract, people talk about that record.
I
don't think it's like I've heard that. Yeah, dropped a lot.
Yeah, it was big because like it was like when Gent was getting big and like all the
then
Gent,
they started doing like a bunch of Gent type stuff.
All the Gent guys really liked Human Abstract because like when you listen to this record, it's like
I would
Born
never
of Osiris influence like all over the fucking.
And I would never go like, oh, it's a Gent band.
Yeah, but it had that old technical metalcore Protest the Hero type shit to it, where it's like
it's definitely like Alaska era BT band too.
Like all the arpeggios.
Did that dude do this record?
When I heard this, the first
Jamie King did this record. It sounds like a Jamie King album. That makes total sense.
That's probably what it is then. Yeah, and it's so funny because it reminds me in so many ways of like Keziah by Protest the Hero, where it's like fucking. You can hear so many splicings on this record.
Right. They're like, oh, we should do a part like this.
Because these dudes wrote this shit in Guitar Pro probably and fucking just tried to play the album. Sure. It's so funny. There's so many splices when I was like going through it. I was hearing all of them. I was like, damn, dude, they cut that one.
They're just like, just chuck that in there. We'll edit it. Yeah. No, when I listened to this, it was funny. So the first time I ever heard this band. And what it reminded me of immediately was like every metalcore band that I played with back in the day, just a way polished, way better version of all those bands. Like so many bands are doing the like, oh, we got to put in these arpeggios and these syncopated little parts, but they just did them horribly or just in such a boring way. Sure. Whereas this band, they actually did it, and I'm like, oh, that's what that's supposed to sound like. Okay, now I get it. Where some of these kids are getting that influence from. You know,
sure.
It had to have been this band for sure.
Yep. Definitely.
Which is unfortunate because it led to a lot of bad local metalcore bands.
I remember, dude,
came and went left and right.
Yeah.
I just
I was at the tail end of that, and then I remember I remember deathcore fondly as far as like
that was the
local bands ripping off Suicide Silence or Carnifex.
Okay, yeah.
That was the worst shit, dude.
Yeah,
I'm just curious of like how many of my friends now we're in some of those bands. I just don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm ripping them a new one right now.
Yeah, dude. This album was like huge for me when it came out. And like for my band at the time, my guitar player, Nico, like one of the famous, I would say the biggest song, their high stream song is the last song, Veil It Together We Await the Storm, which was like the big song on that record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the big epic closer. You got the sweeps in the beginning riff where it's like the neoclassical sweeps.
Yeah.
And it's
like
just
Jason Richardson shit.
Yeah. Like, dude, I remember hearing that and me and my guitar player were like, this is the sickest shit ever in the world. Like,
because no one was doing breakdowns and sweeps together really besides maybe Unearth.
Exactly. And then we were like, we got to do it. And then I remember when Nico could learn how to play it and we were just like, whoa.
Was Chris Story?
All Shall Perish.
Yeah, they were like that. Yeah.
That came out the same, Price of Existence came out the same year.
Did it really?
Yeah, 2006.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I remember hearing it then
too. I definitely see the clash of sound with these two bands. I wasn't a huge fan of All Shall Perish. It kind of got pushed on me because our drummer,
one of my favorites,
like knew them kind of and stuff like that. And I did like that one. It's like one of their biggest songs where it is the breakdowns with the arpeggios.
Yeah, it's Eradication.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. I don't know if I'd still like that song, but I remember I really liked that particular song.
Hell yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I can see how these two bands, like,
I mean, they were just
kind of funny.
They were just fucking. What do you think of the singing?
Of what, this album?
On this record, yeah.
What?
The singing.
He's just like, what do you think of the singing?
What do you think of the singing?
Yeah.
Larry King Tonight. What do you think of the singing? Larry King live.
Barely alive.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
Held up by strings. And
President Philbin, what do you think?
Yeah.
We need suspenders.
I like it. I thought it was fine when it came out. I think, I like that dude's
I kind of
voice.
don't like it now.
I like I mean, now I'm just so used to it. I'm just like, whatever. But at the time, I thought it was like insanely sick.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Like, I mean, when he does all those gruffy singing parts and shit, like that stuff, it's sick.
Like, I'm trying, like, that was another thing that triggered like a memory where I'm like, this reminds me of something else, and I still can't put my finger on it, but it threw me off for like a second.
He's got that pukey Chester Bennington quality to him. You
know? Yeah. You think so? I think Spencer Sotelo has that more of periphery.
Spencer Sotelo, he does have kind of it's just like, it sounds like they're forcing some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
Just that kind
and
of
so
voice.
It sounds like old man dad pissed off.
Yeah.
This singer was on this album and Midheaven, right?
Yeah.
And then he left after that. That's what I thought.
They got what's his name?
Yeah.
Guy.
Are they still a band?
I can't remember.
No, they're not a band anymore. They haven't been. They did that one comeback record, Digital Veil. I don't think it did very well. Or no, it did. It did really well.
Yeah,
they did a couple tours on it, and then they didn't do much. Yeah. Didn't you go see them?
I saw them at that Periphery show.
Yeah, I didn't go.
And they only played a medley of Nocturne songs, and it was dumb as fuck. Yeah,
weird.
I was pissed off.
Did they mostly play the new album?
They played all new record.
Oh, really?
Or like most of it. It was like 6 out of 8 of the songs, something like that.
Their singer worked with their drummer worked with Outer Loop Management and did something for Outer Loop, but I don't even know if Outer Loop exists as a company anymore.
Oh, really?
That was the last time I heard of that band doing anything. Yeah, and like I remember like guys would pop in and out and say like, we're gonna jam again, blah blah blah, and like they kind of had a trail like that for a while, and then nothing. But you know what? Like they were just like a band that never had like they did Nocturne, it sounded like Nocturne. Midheaven sounded like Midheaven. Digital Veil sounded like Digital Veil. It all sounded pretty different from one another.
Yeah.
Like Digital Veil, AJ Minette came back and like
it's closest to Nocturne.
Yeah, it's the closest to Nocturne, but it's way more breakdowny and genty. But there's still like those neoclassical weird parts.
There's just not any of the sick like riffage stuff that I love about this record. Like I think there's so many sick riffs that are memorable on this record.
Yeah, I mean Nocturne, it sounds like they just try to write the most inventive shit they could think of. Like exciting, crazy shit.
I just think it influenced a lot of shit, and it's kind of an unsung it's an unsung hero among the gent and metalcore community.
It is totally.
Yeah, like I feel like, it's they did August Burns Red shit better than August Burns Red.
Yeah,
shit,
way better,
where it's
dude.
Like
I'm
they
surprised.
wrote riffs that are like memorable instead of filler.
If they did like an anniversary vinyl reissue or something of this, people would eat it up.
It's fucking hard to find like this record on YouTube and shit. Too.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find it in pieces, and it's like really bad uploads from like 15 years ago.
Because it was on Hopeless Records, I think, or something weird like that. Not a standard metal label either.
No.
So very interesting.
I never got to see them, but like because they did that tour with God Forbid, and me and Max
Nocturne.
Yeah.
And, wow.
And me and Max didn't go, but our cousin went, and he said that like their tone was so like low gain that it sounded clean, and that people were like laughing at them.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I would have loved to have seen that.
Where was it at?
It was at Pearl Room.
Why didn't you go?
Because we played a show. It was stupid. Like it's one of the stupidest. Looking back at like how that show was completely inconsequential to anything in my life.
Yeah.
And I could have just gone and seen that, like, God forbid, headliner.
What was the show you played?
It was somewhere in like Little Village at some place called the Cathedral Cafe.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. And we played like a battle of the bands there.
Nice. But there was like 30 fucking bands.
There was actually only 4.
Really?
But we were all different. There was like a rock band, and there was like some weird punk band, and then there was like some jam band.
Jesus.
Did you want to go to that show at the time, or now are you just looking back on it?
I did want to go to the show at the time because God forbid was like my favorite. It was like January of 2007 because we were playing a show. We thought we were being responsible by like furthering our careers instead of, you know.
Yeah. I hate that shit sometimes.
Really dumbass move. Yeah. We should have gone and seen God forbid.
Yeah.
Because like now thinking about it, dude, I would miss like a Warforged tour to see a God forbid reunion.
Yeah.
Like, sorry guys, can't go on this tour. I have to go to one place at one time.
Buy tickets. Man.
Yeah, just fly out, dude.
Yeah, and then come back. Would not go over well.
Yeah. You getting in an airplane twice.
Yeah.
To get back in a van.
Not a big flyer.
I mean, I think flying sucks.
Fair enough.
Not a big flyer. I think flying sucks. What does that mean?
It sucks.
Are you afraid of it?
I'm not afraid of it. I haven't flown since I've been a paranoid person.
9/11.
Yeah. since I've been an anxious person.
Okay.
So I'm just really afraid that I'm gonna get up there and I'm not gonna be able to come back down. And it's gonna freak me out.
What do you mean not come back down?
Because like you can't control when you get off. Like you have to be in there.
Yeah, you don't like being confined, huh?
Yeah, you have to.
How do you do on tour?
I mean, I get pretty anxious
sometimes.
I get anxious like at night, and I get anxious about like car accidents.
I remember one time
I say, do you not like the idea of somebody else driving?
Huh?
Is that where you like somebody else driving?
Sometimes at night it does, but during the day I don't care. During the day I just get antsy.
Okay.
It's like
in the car all day. I'm in the car.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Flying, I could see is like an extreme version.
It's like you don't get to. You think about having a heart attack and how there's no hospitals around.
We're on a van. You can be like pull over now. And you're like, oh, okay.
I do get really anxious at night. I get anxious about the deers and shit because I hit a deer once, so I get really. Anxious.
Really?
I still get anxious about it.
That
hitting deer.
Yeah, I get and hitting moose.
Oh, I remember that.
Shit.
Remember when you called me and you were like,
"Yeah, I told you.
Can you fucking just say you were with me if you're in my insurance calls?"
I told him I was with a bunch of people. And
I thought you were with somebody else, some other dude.
I was by myself.
Damn, sick.
Where were you?
Michigan.
Oh, okay.
In May, Michigan.
Pretty big deer or what?
It was baby deer.
Ah, okay.
Or something, but I hit it and it.
They never called either.
Probably died. And
did it fuck up your car pretty bad?
I couldn't get out of my door because it smashed the fucking metal so much.
Hit the side?
It was like I hit its ass with the driver's side.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then it like swung around, I guess.
Yeah, because it was like just coming through.
Oof.
Sucked ass, dude. It's really scary, and I can't. And
I'm sure.
After the Minneapolis show, when we were fucking driving, and like there was like a shitload of deer, like. On the side of the road, and it was like freaking me. It was like really foggy that night and shit too.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was like freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never.
Didn't Jace do that?
Yeah, I was up front with him though.
I've never hit a deer, but there was one time I was on tour and I was driving the bus and going up a mountain in like Virginia, I think it was, and I just saw this insane blood trail
dude, you see
that a fucking truck hit.
Yeah, dude, you see some gnarly ones of just like half fucking deers with their guts hanging out and
dude,
shit. It's like common too. You see it like once every other day.
Like if you're out and about over there.
Deer. Yeah.
One of my favorite stories, I think it's somewhere, it's in one of our episodes with Mike Scarlatta that I think he told it on here. It still cracks me up to this day. I mean, it's poor deer. But when he was in, he's going to college downstate, he was a pizza delivery driver. And so he was out at like midnight, I think, or close to it at like a major intersection where like, it's like basically a highway that you have to cross. So cars are going like 50, 55 miles an hour. And he said there was a semi truck like gunning it. looks over, there's a fucking deer just kicking it in the road, and he's like, oh, that deer is like done for. Like, this is not gonna be good. And it's just like, it just, he said it was pink mist. Like, it was just boom, just gone. I was like, fuck that, dude. Can you imagine? Like that, because a truck like that, it's like, it's not gonna fucking end his day. Like, he's good to go.
It might fuck up his headlight or something.
A little bit, but like, yeah, but if you're driving a car, man, that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're driving a car, that deer will fuck it up like bad. You know, and then, you know, if it's a bigger deer, then that could do some damage. And then you mentioned elk. That's like
the moose and the fucking
that's hitting Canada. A fucking brick wall.
Everyone was like warning us about it.
Yeah, like those are like almost immovable if you're in a
they're taller than your fucking car, dude.
Yeah.
With a van, it's like they could roll up on the front.
They will
kill
smash every one of you. So like the fucking. I probably should be saying that. It's probably making you feel even worse. I'm sorry.
There's nothing that you're gonna say that I haven't said to myself 1,000 times. But anyway, I think this album. I think this band could have been like one of those like bands that is like level of like Protest the Hero. Had they like
kept it going.
Had they not had that hiccup with Midheaven, and like if they had kept writing records after Digital Veil, you know, I think they could be one of those bands that has like that solid foundation of like fans that don't leave. But no, they fucked it up, man. That Midheaven record is like. I don't think there's any other album I can think of, like metal album that I can think of that like people were more
like polar on.
Well, that were just, I don't know anyone that even remembers that record. Like it's so like, there's no record that was more like hated as far as like hate, not in the sense like Saint Anger where people like remember it and hate it, but it's like hated in the sense that it doesn't even matter, dude.
Acknowledge
like,
it.
It's not even part of their discography. Like Nocturne is even barely part of, like people don't ever talk about that one either. It's always Digital Veil, and I don't get it because like Nocturne is like so much sicker. It's really sloppy, like I was saying before. Like some of the production stuff is kind of just like lame, but it's Keziah did the same thing and they got away with it. So
is this what album number is this?
First, the first.
This is their first song.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had any EPs or
I don't know
MySpace demos that I never heard. But
where are they based out of?
They were based out of the East Coast or something.
Look it up. I really don't know. Now that I
want to say like Rhode Island or something.
I thought it was like DC or something.
Let me see. I got the album here. They were from LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a safe bet for a lot of bands to just be like, they're probably from LA.
Yep. It's them. So.
Especially of that caliber. And like, I just remember when they came back and like AJ Minette would always wear like fucking like button up shirts and like dress pants on stage.
He was like jacked.
Yeah, he was jacked and he would rest his foot on a monitor the whole show. But like the old clips of them, they go like ape shit crazy, dude. Like even in the music video for Vela Together We Were the Storm, the Crossing the Rubicon song, like they go ape shit, dude. And it's like, it's so funny because he's like got glasses on. He's got big glasses. He's got this mole face and these big glasses, and he's like trying to keep his glasses up with his eye, like his cheeks, while he's like headbanging and shit. It's so fucking sick.
Now or back then?
Back in like in the end of the Crossing the Rubicon video when they all go crazy at that part. That's still to me like, because people always say Vela is like the best one. It took me a long time to even like really like that song because I thought that intro was like lame. I was like, first guitar riff, you know.
First guitar riff.
Yeah, that's like I figured out what minor scales are. I'm gonna write a riff about it. It's like it's one of those riffs, and it always pissed me off. But I thought the so far.
Yeah.
I thought that part was like so sick.
That chorus is awesome.
Yeah. But like
it's a weird chorus.
Yeah, it's not a real like memorable high point thing. Yeah. It's just like goofy. And then but I was always like, dude, Crossing the Rubicons, that's the song on that record that I think is the shit. Like that's to
what's
me
the chorus?
It's the try to run, slip away. Fuck. I gotta like play the whole.
Yeah, I know the song. I can't think of the chorus. I get confused.
The time has come. Your song has long been sung.
Yeah. Yeah.
Won't have long to get.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
That chorus is dope.
Yeah, well, I just like the ending. I think the ending of that song is
the clean
shit.
ending and shit. Yeah. So BT Bam, dude.
Yeah, it's very fucking BT Bam.
It's so funny that Jamie King produced it too, where it's just like, oh no shit. But yeah, literally, a lot of it reminds me of like Alaska era BT Bam, some Silent Circus-y kind of stuff.
Yeah, but with like metalcore riffing.
Definitely. And it was just like, it was the shit, man. They were really cool because it introduced like this new usher of bands and styles, them and Protest of the Hero, where it was just like, everything was way more like colorful. And like, there was so much, it was like, I mean, my band ripped off the Human Abstract pretty hard.
Yeah, I wanted to also.
We were all about shit like that. And it's weird because I feel like that type of music still has made an imprint on me, but I feel like nobody talks about a lot of stuff like that anymore.
No.
You know?
Kind of fallen by the wayside.
I mean, they were like the prime example of a band that just like guns blazing on your first record.
Yeah.
Like just make it ever as sick as you can be so that way you know the second one's just going to automatically suck.
Well, that was
it's going to be hard to come close to.
That was also in a point in my life where I was like really into progressive and like technical shit, but I was still into like Kill Switch. So it was like
perfect.
The perfect combo where it was like, oh, this is like Necrophage's sweeping and like and technical leads and shit, but it's also like good choruses and sick riffs.
Yeah, I remember thinking I thought it sounded like Avenged Sevenfold when I first heard it. I'm just like, why did I think that? Yeah, very weird. But
I had never listened to that band at that point, and I still have really never listened to it.
I used to like it when I was like way younger. When I was
outside of
like
Bat
2005,
Country and the
2006.
fucking and that one song that everybody knows.
Unholy Confessions. Yeah.
That and Bat Country are like the only two Avenged Sevenfold songs I know.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're a pretty shitty band. But
how did the chorus in Bat Country go again? Like I
don't remember it.
I don't remember how that goes. Oh.
Is that it? I don't remember.
I thought that was it.
I don't know what you're even singing right now.
It's time to try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the verse.
Oh, it is? I thought that was the chorus. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's like a pre-chorus thing or something. It's time.
I always thought that song sucked.
That song's bad, dude.
Pretty bad.
That song is so
That band's
lame.
horrible.
I think why I've heard that song more
it was
than
all
I
over the
should've.
fucking radio, dude.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal, man.
It was like on MTV
City of Evil was like a huge fucking record, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was their breakout.
That band's like massive as fuck still, right?
They're still pretty big.
Yeah, they're one of those bands. They're never going to lose their fan base. You know, it's like that's settled.
Mm-hmm.
That's done.
I mean, they're into that. They're secured in that like Disturbed crowd, I think.
Yeah, the military wives.
Yeah, like military wives.
Yeah, and military men. Yeah, I guess.
What's military wives?
Play near
your
a lot of military
fucking,
bases.
Yeah, your husband's a fucking in the
My
army.
husband is in the armed forces. My husband's in the armed
no way to
forces.
treat me.
Kind of people that get pissed off that there's baseball players kneeling now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a discount? My husband is in the armed forces.
I really don't think I should pay full price for this Orange Julius.
Yeah. Sick, like a food item to go for.
Yeah, Orange Julius. Yeah.
Damn.
They're good.
They are good.
I like Orange Julius's.
Do you really?
I don't think I've ever been to
fucking
one.
sick, dude.
Orange and cream.
Yeah.
All for you.
All for me.
So when I first listened to this, but it's very funny that you say the second half of this record, you kind of like dodge it, because I definitely do too.
It's like Polaris and then straight to fucking Bella.
Yeah, usually that's what I do. I don't really like the instrumental track on this.
No.
But like every band of this caliber had to have an instrumental song that was like...
There's two, isn't there?
Well, there's like a
Sono Voice, but it's like
a
filler kind of.
It's a clean song or whatever.
Mea Culpa, I remember that was the first song I heard by them. Yeah, and I thought that intro was sick.
Yeah, it was. Because like back then, I remember like clean guitar technical shit was like amazing to me. I thought it was the sickest shit ever.
Same.
Like the Ghost of a Stranger middle part on Echo Down.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow. BT Bam did that a lot. That song Autodidact.
Yeah.
On Alaska had that clean part in the middle.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Alaska was like the prototype for even this album cover kind of looks like fucking Alaska.
Yeah, it's like, just a different color. But it's like the same placing of the fucking title and shit and the band name.
Yeah. Progressive metal, neoclassical metal, metalcore.
Neoclassical metal.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Put on your powdered wigs for this next one.
This
is called
the band to listen to if you
I
like
also think the
Symphony
intro
X,
song kind of I'm not a big fan of Harbinger.
Harbinger, it's okay.
I think it's a shitty intro.
But like track 2, 3, and 4 are like way sicker.
I agree, which
all
is
those
weird
songs
that they
are the shit.
Harbinger would have been a better second or third.
It's just because that intro with the fake choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the chorus is
threw
weird.
me off for like a second. I was like, whoa, what's happening
like General
here?
MIDI. It's so bad sounding.
But I mean, that's also a product of its time where it's just like, oh, we can do this, so let's put it in there. It's like, fuck.
I do like Movement of Discord. I think that song
is so sick, dude.
Polaris is good. Yeah, I don't think I ever listened to Echelons to Molotovs.
No, some of the songs are not bad, but I would always skip them for some reason.
Well, and then Desiderata, the instrumental, has like that classical acoustic type guitar at the beginning. Where
crazy
it's just like,
about,
yeah. But it's cool they did that. You know, it's very like an honest record from the time.
Yeah, dude, it sounds exactly like 2006, man.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Definitely opposite of Blood Has Been Shed. Could have been released yesterday to critical panning and making fun of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how like all three of these records could kind of be called metalcore albums under a certain umbrella, because like, you know, while I think the most common tie would be Blood Has Been Shed, like the Acacia Strain, but even the stuff that Acacia Strain is doing now, like, doesn't exactly sound like Blood Has Been Shed. Like, I would say more like the Wormwood groovy stuff does.
Yeah, or even like 3750.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But like what they're doing now, it's like, and like Blood Has Been Shed, obviously, that's like a big staple, you know?
Yeah.
And Nocturne and Human Abstract. It's just weird because like all those bands could probably tour together. Like, you know, like at a certain point in time, they probably could have toured, you know, whether it was like Blood Has Been Shed. Well, maybe not, because by the time this was out.
Yeah, it was probably not.
Yeah. But I'm sure the Human Abstract probably once played a show with the Acacia Strain, maybe somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere
in
close.
time. Yeah. You know, in like a weird festival or something like that.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
But
they did Human Abstract did Warped, I think, like once or twice.
Yeah.
They did Warped after Midheaven came out, and then they did Warped again, I think.
Yeah, I remember they did Warped Tour. I had friends that went the year because they did 1 year with Protest the Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had a couple friends that went to Warped Tour just to see those bands, and I was like, no.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I never got, well, I mean, by that time, Human Abstract was touring, like Midheaven was going to come out, like it was done.
Yeah, it came out in August or something.
Yeah, it was coming out like on Warped Tour, and so they were hyping all that shit up, and I hated it so much. I was just like, no fucking way. And I never saw the Human Abstract. I never even saw them when they did. Dude, even when Digital Veil came out, I want to say they only came to Chicago, like, or not even Chicago.
They didn't do that many tours.
They did like 2 that I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that Periphery tour you went to, which was Periphery.
It was Periphery, Textures, Contortionist, and them,
and
which
Human
is
Abstract.
Like still a great fucking lineup.
Yeah, very testament to that time too.
Yeah, dude, that was the juggernaut of the fucking tours from back then.
I know, that was like
I saw it twice, dude.
Dream.
We went to see Milwaukee again because fucking Textures. The first time in the U.S. and last time in the U.S.
Yeah,
I'm glad I at least
you guys
saw
are the
it
only
twice.
people in the world I know that like that band.
Yeah, Joe Ritz likes it. We were talking to him last night about it.
About Textures?
Yeah.
Did you break out and say, shuffle down the hallway?
Yeah, dude.
Like Josh Groban.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very Josh Groban singing part.
Dude. Did you sing that? Did you sing that to Joe for his birthday?
No, I didn't actually. I should have.
Yeah, you should call him now and sing it to him.
My body's floating down the river.
They're sick. I like that band.
Yeah, I think that band is amazing.
But yeah, they did that tour, and then they did another tour. It was one of those Atticus metal tours.
Yeah, I remember
it was
that,
with Born of Osiris when they put out the Discovery, and like As Blood Runs Black, I think did it.
By the way, Discovery is like a pretty sick record. Yeah. I try to shit on that band because I think they suck a lot, but like that record was good.
Yeah.
I just listened to it like
it was good, minus
ago.
like the lame
I forgot
keyboard
it was
parts
15
and shit.
tracks though, man. Jesus Christ.
It wasn't a Jason.
That's why I was listening to it, because Jason Sukoff was talking shit on Doc Hoyle's podcast about he mixed it without the keyboards, and he was like, "This record's awesome, dude." And like they gave him the keyboard parts to mix, and he was like, "This sucks."
Really?
Yeah. And he told him, he's like, "Yeah, I don't like this.
No shit.
You guys should get rid of the keyboards. It's way better."
That's funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
Which is funny because there's a lot of keyboards on that record.
Yeah, there's a shitload of keyboards on that record. I was trying to think about what it would sound like without it, and I was like, it probably wouldn't sound that good without it.
It was the Boo album that
Don did.
Yeah. But, I didn't know Jason Sukoff mixed that.
Yeah.
Don
engineered it.
Okay, yeah. They sent it off to him.
Didn't Jason Sukoff also master it?
Something probably.
Maybe.
So, I don't know. He just talked about mixing it. So
that's so funny.
This is awesome.
Like, fucking keyboards. God damn it. I mean, that was growing in popularity at that point.
Oh yeah.
The keyboard.
It did wonders for them.
Well, he was also born in like 1979 or something. Jason Sukoff. So,
yeah, for sure.
He's not gonna like that shit.
Yeah, he'll come up here a bunch though because he has done a handful of metalcore. At some point, I'm gonna pick Ascendancy by Trivium.
Yeah,
because he did that record.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pick a God Forbid one that he did.
Okay,
yeah, probably. I'll probably
run across a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing a God Forbid.
It's funny. I never listened to that band.
Or Beyond the Embrace. I'll probably do it Beyond.
You
the
never
Embrace
listened to God Forbid? Damn,
never
dude.
Well, I have to think about which one I want to listen to then. Because you would probably like their 2001 album Determination the most.
All right.
But that's not one I might pick that one. That's a good one.
Is that what Divide My Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not like the definitive God Forbid record though, which is the problem.
Gone
How
Forever.
many records they
Gone
have?
Forever and Constitution, I think, are neck and neck as far as they have 6.
Okay.
Yeah, 6. Well, 7 kind of.
Give or
depending,
take. How you look at it.
old EPs and shit that are kind of albums, but also EP. I don't know,
So this band, the Human Abstract, you said they're since broken up. Are any of those guys doing anything now?
Not that I know of. I was trying to think of it. I didn't really look into it on the internet, but I don't think most of them are doing anything.
Well, I remember their bass player for the Digital Veil. He was like Protest the Heroes, like tour manager or some shit, like.
Oh, was he?
Something like that, or a sound guy or something. I don't know what he was doing, but I remember I would always see him at Protest the Heroes shows, and me and Max would be like, oh, there's the Human Abstract bass player.
Oh yeah. Well, the drummer used to do outer loop shit, so I knew that. Maybe I think some of the guys just did like industry type stuff.
And then what's his name did fucking he filled in Sean Devlin from Corellia. He filled in for them.
Really?
After, because whoever's on the Digital Veil.
The bass player?
No, the vocalist.
Oh.
Sean Devlin from Corellia was the vocalist for them, because the vocalist on Digital
Veil
saw them?
didn't.
Yeah, he toured with them, I think, after. I don't know if he just did that one tour or if he did multiple, but.
Really?
Yeah, because the vocalist on Digital Veil like quit after the album.
Yeah, what's the guy's name? He was in From First to Last.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, which is crazy because that band. I remember when they announced him as the vocalist, I was so mad. I was like, they picked this guy from this fucking shit scene band. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be lame, but it was fine. It was fine. Like, yeah, like his vocals were not really a big part of that record. I don't feel. Damn, I kind of want to listen to that record again just to hear like.
On the way back.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it just because I want to hear what it sounds like. I haven't listened. I liked Digital Veil when it came out. Me and my friends thought it was a cool record. What year did that come out?
11.
Yeah.
11. Yeah, Travis Richter. That's the guy on the album. He was in From First. He was the guitarist and vocalist of First. Crazy. This guy's 40, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, I think he tried to bring back the Human Abstract too at some point, but didn't.
Man, he couldn't pull it from the gallows, dude.
Yeah.
And it was on E1. I didn't realize it was on E1. I thought it was on like Century Media or something.
Well, that's when E1 started picking up all those bands and shit, and they started becoming like a household name.
Your dad and mom knowing about E1 music.
Yeah. Oh, E1 music. Not that my parents sound like that, but
well, your parents probably would know about E1 music out of anyone's parents.
They don't
would tell them about it.
No.
Oh, isn't that on that E1 there,
no,
Jason?
I would never tell them about E1. What would be the point?
Dude, I'll tell your parents about E1. Dude.
I'll tell your parents about E1.
Go ahead. I think it'll be
fun.
Who
like, oh yeah,
the best.
Yeah. Where's the dog?
Get tested like a year later.
Your dad.
Yeah. Where's the dog?
Where's Piper?
Yeah. I don't know. She's hanging out. Chill out.
I have to say, it was fun listening to Nocturne.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I'm gonna listen to it again though for a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's very fucking dated.
Yeah, it's super dated.
I just think it's still really sick though, because I just remember.
Yeah,
I just remember like listening to it on the bus.
Yeah, dude, I used to walk and listen to it all the time. Yeah, It was a big high school record for me, for sure.
Yeah, like freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to it all the time. I used to put it on, walk to my friend's place. It was awesome. But you know what? After a while, like, it's crazy because I could listen to that record and pick up on, like, I'm like, oh, I know how he's going to sing this next part and, like, how this goes. It's like, you just dissect it all to a point where I'm like, man, I just, like, I know this and it's fun to listen to it again, but I have no desire to, like, get back on it.
I agree. It's very just, like, whatever.
No. Yeah. It's cool, though. It's a good record. It's a good one to talk about for sure.
Yeah, because it's unsung hero.
Well, we should announce we're gonna do another episode.
We're adding another
music segment
to this,
which is just gonna be like a freestyle segment.
Yeah, so we're gonna rotate out guests and stuff like that. So because we've had a lot of friends that are like, I want to be on one of those episodes. You guys talk about bands. I was like, well, we kind of have like our hosts picked out for that. Like, you know, we like to keep it consistent, but
so you're just gonna do random people talking about random genres.
Yeah, just anything.
Because I was telling him there's plenty of stuff that I listen to and he listens to that definitely doesn't fall under any of the categories that we've been doing. For sure. Like more like the lighter side of things for the most part, or even the weirder, heavier stuff. It's a good excuse for us to kind of throw that stuff in there.
Yeah, plus, talk about the 1975.
And then we can get some other friends in here that been wanting to do this. So yeah, it'd be cool. We're gonna be doing that too. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've gone full blown music podcast.
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Might as well.
Right? Embrace it.
You just put out a new fucking EP.
Yeah, I did. Last time I was on here.
Video.
2 music videos that I didn't have to draw, which is great. But no, the last time I was on here, I was supposed to release it and I didn't because protests happened and I saw a lot of people being like, we're not going to put out anything until justice is served.
Right.
I'm like, well, justice is probably not going to get served anytime soon, but I still think it's not a good time to release music.
Right.
So I didn't. And then I started like writing more shit and I was like, oh, this is actually better than what I had.
That's
funny. Then I kind of just like, you know, like only 3 of the songs that I put out were actually going to be on the version that would have come out. And 3 songs are new from that. So I was like, I could just keep writing. And then I was kind of like, well, when I'm like, okay, I think I'm done. So then I was like, then I just finally released it. But
nice.
Yeah.
Is it your favorite one of the 3?
Oh, definitely. It's fucking cinch. It's a cinch.
Is it?
Yeah. But yeah, it's sick. False Reality 3. Look it up on Bandcamp, thefalsereality.bandcamp.com. And you can buy it. Give me some money.
What do you do with your earnings?
I'm probably gonna.
Do you play video poker?
I'm probably gonna gamble it. Yeah.
Are you still doing that?
I haven't. I didn't do it like all this week or the week before because I was making sure that the music was gonna be ready to release, and I was editing the fucking music videos and shit. So I haven't gambled in like 2 weeks, but you know.
How much do you still gamble a lot?
In the red?
I think I think overall I'm in the red, but recently I've been in the fucking green.
Nice.
Yeah.
Making serious bucks?
Not serious, but it's still sick.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Oh, do you ever buy Tia like dinner or anything? Dinner's on me. Earnings. I won the full pot. You ever do something like that?
Maybe if I won like a lot of money, I'd do that, but
nah. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna gamble it. I've already got fucking
very honest of you.
Couple purchases, so I'm probably gonna withdraw that and put it into America's Card Room. You can play me on there, Crummy Pockets.
That's your name on there?
Me, yeah. Which sucks because like something I realized was like anytime I'd play, I always hate people that have screen names that are like poker related. It's like all in, I bet or I'm all in or something, or it's like I have Jack King or some shit. Like, that's like their thing. And I was like, oh, cool. I don't have one. And Crummy Pockets, I don't have a poker name. But then I forgot, like, when you say when you have 2 cards in your hand that are this, like, it's a pair or whatever. It's like I have 3s. Like they call it pocket 3s or like pocket jacks or pocket aces. So I was like, oh shit, I'm Crummy Pockets. So I have like shitty pocket aces.
Shitty pocket.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck. This is my fucking This is my Instagram handle from a while ago before I knew anything about poker, and I thought it. So I'm like, oh great, I look like an asshole too.
Clever,
yeah, I look like a fucking ass too. But it's still better than like, you bet I jam.
Right.
I'm gonna win it all.
Yeah.
I have aces. You don't have
6 screen names.
Yeah, there is dudes that are like, I have aces. There's just a lot of other Russian dudes that have like nonsense names that I'm like, that's not.
It goes in car.
Yeah, Jack high off shoot.
Yeah. I'm going to win this game.
I'd like to win this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just buy my record. I'll gamble it. I'll win more money, and I will make a better record with more money next time. You know?
I hope so, dude.
I'll make a video that's real.
It sounds substantially like...
It sounds way better.
Yeah,
I was listening to the other two, and I was like, damn, these suck.
Yeah, how did you do that?
I got to remaster it.
Yeah, because it sounds so... The old ones sound like classic Damsky quiet mastering.
Yeah.
You guys always do quiet masters.
Yeah, I know, man. We're timid.
Yeah, it's very out like, God! Like, but I like this one sounds like big.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
I might remaster the first two.
Yeah, you should do new album covers too.
Yeah, I'll do like sepia tones or some shit.
Do it.
That would be really sick.
Yeah,
but I got some more releases planned.
Do you? Are you? Is this it for this series, or what's the deal?
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do a single next, and then I have like a 3-part song that I'm gonna release too.
There's vocals on a song on the new record.
Yeah, I'm gonna do vocals. I think from here on out, which is why I'm not gonna focus on like trying to do like full efforts like this, because it's really hard to just sit down and record vocal. Because I have like vocal ideas and vocal parts for a lot of the songs recorded, but like didn't think they sounded that great. And so like to have all the songs have vocals would have taken a long time. So like if I just put out one song at a time and do vocals on it, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to do a lot of that from here on out.
Dude, sing us a preview, man.
I can tell you that I don't. I'm not
no, what are you going to say?
Well, I mean, I can't. I'm not going to sing a part from a song.
No, you don't have to. But what were you going to say?
I was going to tell you the new song I'm going to put out whenever it's done, and
Is it done?
Ready for it. It's a lot of it's done. I just have to do all my vocals on it and then kind of like figure out how to end it. But it's gonna be called Adrenochrome Plug.
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah.
Sick name for a song.
I'll get my adrenochrome. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll get my adrenochrome.
I was explaining to Alex Quiroz yesterday about Phone House and Phone Man.
Oh yeah. You become a phone man. Dude, yeah. Do you like it? Phone House and Phone Man.
Now you're living in a phone house.
We were talking about the sequel to Phone Booth.
Yeah.
The Colin Farrell movie. Yeah.
There's a sequel called Phone House.
Fair enough.
And then the third movie is called Phone Man. He just becomes a phone.
Technically,
there's the theme song.
There's a spiritual sequel to Phone Booth, and it's Cellular.
Yeah.
Same guy that did Phone Booth did a movie called Cellular.
Really?
Kim Basinger and Chris Evans.
Fucking Phone Booth is one of the stupidest movies ever made. That movie sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Just typical early 2000s, just dog shit.
And then you're welcome to the phone house.
Yeah, uncredited Kiefer Sutherland.
You welcome yourself to the phone. Welcome to the phone house, and then you become a phone man.
The phone man.
Yeah. You love that.
Because what a crazy way for that franchise to turn.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's not even real.
That song is sick, dude.
Yeah, that song is sick.
Yeah,
Coined that at work, sober.
You're living in a phone house, and then you become the phone
we were
man.
sitting next to each other at work, and he put on fucking Phone Booth on our TV.
Did I put it on? I thought someone else put it on.
I thought I'm pretty sure you put it on.
You're right. I found it on Put Locker or some shit.
Yeah, you put it on. Because we'll after people leave, we could just do whatever we want with the TV down there. So we'll throw on a movie here or there.
We watched Phone Booth. A lot of fucking weird titty sex scenes in horror movies that we watch, and I'm like, dude, we should not have this on at work. This is weird.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess Phone Booth is probably a safer bet.
Dude, Phone House.
Yeah, dude.
And then Phone Man.
Yeah, me and Max just have such a thorough knowledge of early 2000s trash movies because we would see a movie with our family every Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
And we saw every stupid movie, and me and Max
for real, dude. You guys know all about that.
For the 90s.
Every movie from 2001 to 2004 is shit. I hate that era of movies. There's no name a good one.
Very bold statement.
Name a good one.
I have to look it up.
Lord of the Rings sucks.
Whoa.
No, it doesn't, man.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, I know you don't care. You just want to say that.
I would literally never watch that movie if I was given the option to. But it's fine.
That's because you don't appreciate literature.
I just don't like fantasy shit, man.
Yeah, I know. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. You're a man. You don't need a.
It's weird because I do like some fantasy shit, like fucking Blind Guardian.
Yeah, but that's sicker than Lord of the Rings.
The same thing, man.
Is it really the same thing, Alex?
Hansi Kursk wrote Lord of the Rings.
Hansi Kursk?
Hansi Kursk.
Did you call him Kursk?
Isn't his
David
name?
Kirsch? Yeah, Hansi Kursk.
Hansi.
I actually don't know, man.
Hansi Jezelbum. Hansi Jizzrag Fuckface.
I'm running out of steam.
I'm running out of steam too. I plugged what I need to plug. We can kill the episode, I suppose.
By you.
False Reality. TheFalseReality.bandcamp.com. Don't forget the at the beginning of it. The False Reality. Buy my shit. Let me gamble. Win a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, you still
gotta win a new pair of shoes.
Oh fuck, those already got a hole in them? Well, it's been like a year.
I've had these for a long time, yeah. I just gotta get a new one.
All right, buy his record, people.
Yeah,
shoes. A new pair of shoes.
Just buy shoes. Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. The new Atme record came out. We should plug that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's awesome. You could stream it everywhere on your streaming services. Go buy it on the internet. Buy a record.
AHTME.
Yeah, Mephitic. It's really fucking cool. It's dense too. There's a lot of cool shit going on in like every song. And I'm like, I can't wait to listen to this 75 times. But yeah, I'll probably talk about it. I want to have those guys on somehow to talk about it. I'm sure we can do something. We'll figure out something. Yeah, definitely.
We can get D Money or C Money on probably.
Yeah.
Easily get C Money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What about you?
Same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Living in the phone house.
Yeah. Becoming a phone man. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this one. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Nothing's for no one. Get a lot of great content about music talking from these fellas, this fella, and you know, just don't forget to hit the button. God damn it, hit the fucking button on the way out. God damn it, you listen to it, hit the fucking button. That's all I got.
Perfect.